Interior. The sewers of Brooklyn. The camera pans across. There's rubble everywhere. We zoom in on a lone club. We zoom in on a lone stone club. And the silhouette of a young boy appears. Cut to black. All right.
What?
What?
What was that?
That's the post-credit scenes of the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, oops! Oh my god. Are we live right now? Did I just spoil it?
Oh, geez, Louise. Everyone knows about the Oogtar post-credit scene now. where the egg cracks open, you hear Oogtar.
Oogtar love Brooklyn.
Sorry, I had to burp.
Oogtar, that's the Brooklyn buildings.
The Brooklyn buildings. It's the Great Brooklyn Building. That's. Oh my gosh! What's happening?
So are y'all gonna like start the podcast?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's give the crowd what they want real quick. Popcorn,
Butter,
root beer. Wait, no, nachos.
Oh my god.
cheese.
Root beer with red liquor straw.
Right. No, sorry, Mario. I'm gonna have to commandeer that from you. Nothing personal. I finally have the Pibby root beer.
Shut up.
What?
No.
Why did you
I
insert?
didn't mean to say. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. I did not. I swear to God, that was a glitch. There must be a glitch in this audio right now, because I did not mean to say Pibby.
Why not?
How important do you think like the first 2 minutes of our podcast are to like is this a problem that we do this? Is this like an actual problem?
No, I think this is great for viewer engagement.
Okay.
Yeah, talking about Pippi and all that.
Oh, cool. Super Mario Brothers movie discussion. Hey, I just found my way out of the theater. It's gonna be quite a bus ride home, so might as well pop in something to listen to on the ride. Okay, here we go.
Bell, pee-pee. Oh, Pibby. Oh, Oogtar.
Oh, no. And then they close it. And then they watch Mr. Beast or whatever.
So who are you people?
I'm Ryan Rimpany. Who else is here?
Hi, I'm Rosa, and I made Lou and Ryan watch Mike and Melissa and Zelda UO.
You did.
True.
I'm Seep, the beloved explorer. Space explorer. No, we're still out of space. There's so many galaxies out here, you know?
there are
Oh
so
my God.
many galaxies. And yet, despite that, you couldn't find anybody else to guest star besides me.
Yeah, here we are in the depth of space, alone, trillions upon zillions of miles from any human being, and yet Lou is still here somehow.
Special guest, Lou.
Yeah. Hi, it's me, Lou. Who you might know from, the thing keeping this channel alive.
Oh.
Welcome.
Listen, if I didn't work at 2-4, I would have made more videos by now.
Well,
And there's probably some reason I haven't finished the Pac-Man show.
like,
Probably.
maybe because you weren't making animations for like a company.
Maybe.
But here we are in the depths of space, ready to talk about all the topics. Season 3.5. Maybe someday we'll get back to Earth. But wait, what's that over there? Is that the topic box? Oh my God! Do we have topics or something?
Whoa, that's crazy.
Let me. Oh, there are topics. It's like full of topics. Whoa.
No, bad. Didn't like that.
What?
Don't do that again.
I'm investing people in the topic box. I did it immediately when he said not to do it.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, I think we shouldn't like dilly dally. We shouldn't like fuck around. We should just get right into what everyone came here for. So you guys, what do you think of the trailer for Migration?
Now, I think
was a
they
trailer?
did. I don't know why they leaned so heavily into like all of their past catalogs of films. Like, what do they do that for their other I guess they kind of. I don't know. It felt really. They laid it on really thick here. I don't know why.
I haven't seen this trailer. Can you like describe it to me?
Okay. Exterior.
No,
It's
not like
suburbia. No.
that.
Gru is reading a bedtime story to his
What?
3 little girls. Yes, that's how the trailer starts.
Really? They started. Okay, go on.
Oh, the 3 kitties drinking their milk. Oh, this is garbage. It's a scene from the first Despicable Me, and it says like from the creators of Despicable Me.
Oh,
And
and
it shows like
you gotta mention Pharrell Williams' "Rainy Day" is playing. Also, don't forget that.
the next movie it shows is like Secret Life of Pets or whatever. The Grinch,
Does
and
it
it has a
show
little kid.
Sing?
It has a little kid who goes like,
You're a mean one, mister.
and then like the Grinch like strangles him. Then there's the scene from Sing. They're all trailer scenes, by the way, too. Like,
Mhm.
you know, it's not even like, have you seen these movies? No, if you've seen the trailers to these movies, check this out, right? And there's just a bunch of ducks. What did Ryan? What did you think of the ducks in this trailer for Migration?
There's 20 seconds of footage from the movie, and like most of it is them just flying around. What do you want me to say?
What? They show off this beautiful animation, beautiful lighting. You know, it's just breathtaking. You've never seen animation like this with ducks.
Well, is it beautiful and breathtaking?
Yeah. I mean, it's the future of animation. We're watching it right now unfold before us. They play like a big, beautiful, sweeping music. I think the character design is a little interesting. Like, I don't know. It's not like a crazy, super stylized kind of movie, but I mean, I've got to be real. Illumination isn't always known for making movies that look good. You know.
I have opinions on that statement, but I'll hold them in for a second.
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean?
No,
What do
finish
you mean
up.
by that? Well, okay.
You know they're gonna. You know it's gonna be about Sing too. So.
Well, that's like very recent. I'm saying, like, as
No,
of late. What?
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
God.
I thought you're right.
Can't
You're right.
have
Please.
a fucking conversation with you. See, I'm gonna kill you.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Every day is like this.
I
Why
know
did
the
I even
ducks.
stow away on this fucking ship if this is how you're gonna treat me?
The migration? No.
I just saw hashtag not migration.
Oh, I like the character designs in Migration. They look decently appealing. It looks like a little bit removed from like a typical Illumination sort of. I don't know. It has some of those eyes where like the pupils look a little cool. You know, Ryan, you talk about that a lot.
Yeah, I don't. I think sometimes some animated movies will like have a design that's like very cartoony, but they still need to have those beautiful like detailed Pixar irises that don't look that good on like the design. Like I think of like the animated Smurfs movie they made a while back, where like the Smurfs really like cartoony looking, like kind of odd model, but they still have those beautiful big Overwatch Pixar irises eyes. And it's like, why do you need those?
Yeah. But this has like sort of like more sort of like the Pinhole kind of little cartoonier pupils, you know. Which I thought that looked neat. I don't know, it looks kind of funny.
But
I don't
with the one joke, with the one line of dialogue in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I think
What's
Illumination.
the joke? What's the joke there?
They're under a bridge and it's raining really hard, and then like Uncle Fuck goes, "We're not gonna make it," and then the bird girl goes, "Uncle Fuck."
Uncle
yeah.
Chuck.
I think Illumination could be funny if they want to be.
If
Yeah. I mean, like, I watched Minions: Rise of Gru yesterday, and honestly,
How was it?
I think with both Minions movies, honestly, they're not movies that I have much like quarrel with. You know,
right.
like, I feel like they kind of aim low, but I don't know. They're like funny. I think they're funny.
Lou, before you say anything, remember you are the biggest Sing fan in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you asked me about, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, what my opinion on Illumination was, and this is about when we were learning, I think, that that's who was going to be handling the Mario movie, I was
What?
like kicking and screaming, and I was with the picture of Jimmy Crystal on the page. Sorry,
yeah.
I was kicking and screaming. I was like, "Oh, Illumination!" Like I'll be honest, I don't even really like Despicable Me, like at all. I don't think it's very good.
You don't like me and the girls? Minions? We must kill Lou.
We have to. I am Little Gru, and I agree. We must kill Lou.
I'm glad you agree with me, Little Gru. Big Gru and Little Gru teaming up back to back. That's the plot of the next one. Little Gru comes from the past and meets future Gru, and they team up.
That
Would this
honestly
be
isn't
Despicable
something
Me
they
4?
do.
Isn't that like a plot to like a shovelware studio game?
Yeah, that's Despicable Forces on Roblox. It's what we've described.
Secret Life of Pets sucks. That movie sucks.
I've never seen it.
Minions is like okay. I saw it one time when I was like delirious one day on Netflix, so it was okay.
Lou, you're always delirious.
It's true, but
It's true.
I
we've seen it.
saw Sing like a bit after, like it was out of theaters. It was like way after it was out of theaters. I saw it like my friend was like, "No, you have to see Sing. You'll probably like it," and I'm like, "No, I probably won't." But guess what? I like Sing. I think it's fine.
I mean,
I
you
don't
like
know.
musical
Every
talking
time,
animals.
yeah, it's got talking animals and it's got some genuinely good musical numbers in it. Is it like fantastic? No, not really. But every time I see somebody,
Now, is it the best movie ever made?
no, it's not.
What?
I see people who are like, Sing is like unwatchable garbage, and I'm like, it's fine. It's a totally fine movie. There's nothing wrong with it. I like Gunther. I think he's funny. I don't care.
You like
And
me?
I do.
Sing 1 or Sing 2?
I'm sorry?
Sing 1 or Sing 2?
Like verses?
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what you're asking me, because visually Sing 2, I don't know if any of you have actually sat down and watched Sing 2.
I have.
If you don't, I know you have, because I made you. And I think Rosa was there too. But anyway,
Rosa's seen
I
it.
was there.
like say what you will about like the plot and what that movie is like scarily beautiful. Like it's just gorgeous looking a lot of times. It's
You know,
got
it's
like
been a long
beautiful
time since
color
we've had a
and
new Sing one.
lighting. It's
I was just gonna
people
say
got
that.
I'm gonna kill you. Anyway, I'm just, if you're asking me Sing 1 versus Sing 2, I like Sing 1 probably a little bit more just because I think it has better song numbers and it has a better finale song.
Yeah, I think the story is a little, I don't know, better.
It's a little all over the place in 2.
Yeah. There's
I
a whole
guess-
plot where like he was gonna like kill him or something.
Yeah. All I gotta say is, if you don't think the characters in Sing 1 are cunty, then Sing 2 will add in some more cunty looking characters.
Yeah,
What's
they really leaned into the furry angle in the second movie.
Yeah, I noticed that when I watched it. Like, Sing 1 has a lot of, like, I want to describe, like, cartoon funny animals, and then, like, every single new character in the second one is, like, a sexy furry animal character. There's like
including the villain.
there's Jimmy Crystal, the wolf guy, and his like bimbo daughter, and like animal gorilla man teams up with like a cheetah or whatever. Does an awesome dance. There's like a monkey who's like not sexy, but like is definitely like a very specific archetype someone would wife. Like the cast of Sing 1 is decidedly unsexy. The cast of Sing 2 was aiming to be sexy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the zoomed in picture of what is his name? Like Matthew
Buster
McConaughey.
Moon.
Buster Moon from the first movie. He's really ugly looking.
He's not great looking.
I'm sorry to like all the French people at Illumination, but I don't like when they do the designs that are like just these big round heads and they're just so smoothed over and they just have like a mouth coming out of it, kind of.
No,
and just, like, the eyes.
It's a big Illumination like staple design that like I don't care for. It's a lot in The Secret Life of Pets.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like the big brown dog. What his name is, Duke.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very much like an Illumination blob with mouth.
Yeah, I think that in general, like I don't really like a lot of Illumination movies, but I think I would be like naive, or it's naive of people to say that they haven't like looked better and better like with each movie that comes out for them, because they do some like impressive looking like animation, just like genuinely.
Do you think what happened, because Sing 2 was the closest like coming out to Mario?
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, go on, Rosa.
I was gonna say I mentioned this when we were watching. Like, you think Mario movie made them up the animation quality?
Like Nintendo's like, okay, we'll let you make our movie, but like you guys gotta step the fuck up.
Yeah,
no, I think Sing 2 looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that they're going to take all the money they made from the Mario movie and use it to make just the best looking Sing 3 they possibly
can.
Mario mentioned.
What about guys? Come on, stop talking about Sing 3. What about Migration? What do you think about Migration? Come on.
We gotta get more cunty characters in Sing 3.
Can I talk about my Sing 3 prediction?
No, we had to talk about Migration. What are your predictions?
For Migration or Sing 3?
Migration. What do you think's gonna happen?
So in Sing 3, I think that
stop. No. Who's your favorite character in Migration so far? Which duck is the best?
I don't know. I guess the girl. I don't know. I haven't even seen the fucking trailer.
You didn't even see the trailer. You don't even know this.
It didn't play in front of
these
our
rainy days are temporary. The sunny side.
You're gonna get copyright.
For Migration.
Rosa, what's your favorite duck?
Uncle Chuck.
That's a hedgehog. Name a duck on screen right now.
They have names?
Yeah, they don't have names yet. I don't know, but like like art. You could point like there's the eyebrows duck, the grandpa. That's not from Migration. That's from Sonic.
What about the girl, female, woman duck?
That's what I said. I said the girl one. I like the girl
Daffy.
one.
Daffy, it's not in this movie.
Hey, Steve, what do you think is going to happen in Sing 3?
He migrated before.
I don't know. They're gonna sing some new contemporary music.
The Uncle Duck.
Really? You think so?
That's all they need. I don't know. Are they gonna do like the Ice Age thing where they just have more and more characters?
Probably. They already added like a bunch to the cast. So.
What if? Do you think they're gonna bring back the mouse?
No, he died in the first movie.
But like we find out that he's still alive. I mean, like.
Oh, that would be fun. I would love that.
Oh, and he's like wearing a very nice looking coat, but he killed the bear himself. But by the end of the movie, the bear pops out of nowhere. It's like, oh hey man, how's it going? Oh hey, what's up?
I love that.
I love this chat comment.
Should come back.
Love this chat comment here. Migration is a love letter to duck fans. So many duck Easter eggs.
Look, they got a duck egg Easter egg.
Started streaming 23 minutes ago.
They got like an Easter egg to the sissy duckling.
If Sing 3 wants to be like an Ice Age, it has to retcon the Elephant Girl's boyfriend character and create a new one, and don't mention the old one they introduced in the previous one ever again.
That's true.
Do that.
That's true.
Can we actually talk about the promo animation they made with the Illumination characters going to see the Mario movie?
Can we get like a picture of that? I just want to like get the full breadth of what's going on there, because that dropped like while we were like, MIA. And that's just kind of incredible, right? I mean, that is everything that we wanted. Like, I'm flashed that I was like the Ratatouille food critic. I sipped the soup and I was taken back to like fall of 2019 where we're playing Luigi's Mansion together and we're like repeating like jokes about the Mario movie trailer back and forth.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
it's
that
good.
was a long ass time ago.
It was.
I remember this
My favorite part about this like promo thing is they didn't have enough characters to fill the theater, so they just put a few like Sing and like Secret Life of Pet human NPCs in the theater with them.
Yeah.
No,
That's
those are all very important characters.
Okay,
Come on.
what's the name of the like guy right above Gunter, like the human guy? What's his name?
Once
Chaz.
Who,
Look
I don't-
at Jimmy Crystal. He looks so happy to be there. Why is he so happy to be there?
He's got his like hand on like the Minions Rise of Gru villain guy, like lovingly.
the John DiMaggio henchman.
Well, love that it's the baby Grinch specifically.
Yeah, I mean, that's theirs. That's their idea. No one's ever done a baby Grinch before them.
I love
They get to have that.
Yeah.
I love that the Lorax is here, which implies they could have used the Onceler if they wanted to, but they chose not to intentionally.
Well,
They
have
knew what
chosen
would happen.
Old Onceler or young Onceler. Like
What
I
do you
think I
think?
can imagine. Well, I think I could imagine like old Onceler and the Lorax. Like, oh, hey, take a look at that beanpole. There's a Mario
there's,
movie
like,
coming out.
You think there's like a
You ever played
Onceler
Mario?
and
I'm doing a
You
bit
think-
right now.
you think there's like a Onceler and like the Lorax Yowie out there somewhere?
Who?
The
You know,
Onceler.
between the Onceler, old Onceler and like the Lorax?
Oh, listen. No. There was like a Okay, no, seriously.
Listen,
There-
no,
I was there.
no.
There was maybe like one or two very brave people, and there was definitely some like joke fan art made of it, but nobody was ever as serious. Like if that movie came out now and had the same obsession, you bet there'd be Old Man Yowie, but not back then. That was 2012 or whatever was a hell of a time.
I wanted to say, oh look, if you look at the top right corner, there's Buster Moon's sheep friend who was in the second movie.
Yeah, they like killed his character off or something because he did not appear in Sing 2, but he was like super best friends with Buster. You would think he'd be around or something.
Yeah.
Is
I
Otto
mean-
the minion here twice?
They had like a pretty intimate moment,
They
you
did.
know?
No, that's not Otto the Minion. That's a generic fat minion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not with braces. Okay.
not with braces. That's how you know. They're
Alright.
great designs. Is this? Holy crap, guys! I'm just realizing something. Is this the first time we've seen Bob the Minion side by side with adult Gru?
You know what?
Oh my God.
I didn't even think about that at first, but I think you're right.
Ryan, what did we say last night? Oh my gosh, there was something like really funny last night we did. We were playing Minecraft. We were building the Starcast Theater in Minecraft. And we said
Oh, that's
something.
funny.
We did one of those bits where it was like,
Oh, you know, I gotta say, I wasn't sure about this at first, but seeing it in action, I gotta say, I'm pretty hyped.
do you know what I'm talking about?
I know
Ryan?
what you're talking about because we were both like in tears over it. I can't remember what it was.
I
Oh,
remember walking in on that and I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Oh, we should have wrote that down. That would have been great to be on here today. I'm sorry, you guys, you won't get to have it.
I
was
like
too
this
busy doing
I-
the cooking.
I love this allusion to a joke that you're telling.
It was
Actual-
really funny, guys. I swear it was right here.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I like that the Secret Life of Pets dogs aren't sitting with their owners.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They're pretty independent creatures.
Hold up. Time freak. Wait a second. How is the Sinister Six and Adult Gru here at the same time? Time
Whoa.
freak.
What if they're all actors?
Oh wow. You know? I wouldn't
Actor
mind
AU.
that.
Do
Right.
you think like 10 years in the future, which I hate to think about, but okay, 5 years in the future, we're like in our 30s and we check our phone and then someone's like, remember when the Illumination theater used to look like this?
Oh yeah, like Illumination then versus Illumination now.
Yeah.
And there's just gonna be like 3 toads.
Right.
By the way, can we point out, is Max like flirting with Girl Dog
Let me see. Wait, what girl dog?
Right next
from
to-
Secret Life of Pets?
Right next to Gru and Jimmy Crystal.
Oh
Are they, like-
wow! And her
you see
isn't her
that?
boyfriend like the other dog?
I don't.
I
think,
never
they-
watched Secret
I
Life
don't
of
think they're
Pets too.
involved like that.
I thought she had a
No.
crush on him.
I don't know if it was like too. I don't know if they ever like. I didn't watch the sequel either. Honestly, that's the only Illumination movie I haven't seen, aside from Hop. But
Hey,
Hop
anybody
doesn't
who
really
is a
count.
really big fan of Secret Life of Pets is the girl dog and the like. I think it's like a Jack Russell Terrier dog. Are they dating?
I mean, if they
Is
were
that
like,
official?
Is
You'd be
Miranda
sitting next to her.
Cosgrove still voicing that little Despicable Me girl?
as of like 6 years ago, which is the last time they made one of those with her in it.
She started voicing that character when like iCarly started.
Okay,
Yeah.
apparently they are dating. So at this moment right now, whatever her name is kind of cheating on her boyfriend.
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna say I don't think Max is being a very good like gentleman right now.
Why
Like,
isn't he sitting
allowed-
with the Grinch also?
No, wait. Are they both named? What's the name of the dog? That from Secret Life of Pets.
I don't know. What is the
Do they
name
have
of
the
the
same name?
Did
No.
I said
Do they-
Eddie Vente, that's his name.
Secret Life of
His name
Pets.
is Max. They're both
No,
named Max.
wait. You're
Oh,
right. There are two. Does she have a thing for Maxes? Maybe that's her
I-
thing.
Maybe
Or-
big beautiful Illumination Max dogs.
I think we're all
Is her name
ignoring.
Bridget? Sorry.
I think we're all ignoring the elephant in the room, and I'm not talking about the elephant from Sing. Look at Gunter with Moon with
With David
Oh, yeah,
Bowie.
with David Bowie over there. What's up with that? What's up with that
Oh yeah, I was about
energy?
to say. Oh, wait, that was. What was
Yeah,
his
'cause
name?
He what the fuck was his
Uh,
character's name? I know it's David Bowie, but,
I thought
it's,
I thought it was Bruno.
it's not David Bowie. It's not. It's
Bono.
Bono. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, David Bowie is like.
David Bowie died.
Yeah.
He's not alive anymore. He's
He's
not
on
voicing
regular
the
show.
lion from Sing 2.
It's Bono. Yeah,
It's
I was gonna
Bono.
say, you know that cat assistant of like, what was his face? Jimmy Crystal, right?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Jerry?
Yeah, you know, like Jerry really wanted that, but the moment he saw that, the big,
Huh?
Yeah.
Got scared. Listen, there was a scene where Jimmy Crystal was naked.
Was
There
that?
was a
Jerry
stream-
saw it.
Okay.
Jerry
Oh,
saw
yeah.
it, but he didn't like what he saw.
Yeah, he screamed for some
No,
reason.
wait, he was overwhelmed by what he saw.
I love
Jimmy
people-
Crystal goes to jail at the end.
I really like people in chat telling us how long we started ago.
We know.
All
Yeah,
right.
what's your problem?
I'm getting this off
What's your
screen.
problem with
Yeah,
that?
we have. I have
Don't
to
you-
stop looking at
Are
this.
you here for this
Come on,
content?
take me.
Any final thoughts on migration like we were supposed to have?
No, I have nothing
we're
to say about
supposed to-
migration.
All
There
right.
is a trailer. Oh,
All right.
shit.
I'll stop dilly-dallying now. I know what you all came for. So Sega just spent $1 billion to purchase Rovio and Angry Birds.
Yeah, can we talk about that? So,
I mean, do you think it's gonna like happen? Is it like going through?
Apparently it is, yeah.
Wow. Huh. Never thought I'd
why?
see the day.
So what are they gonna do with it?
You know,
What will they do? They're gonna release Angry Birds Origins.
I
They'll,
don't.
like.
And they still won't add an Amy.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing with it. I like at first, I was like, all right, yeah, of course, they're buying Angry Birds, big property, and then I thought about it. No, it's not. Not anymore.
I can't really. I feel like this was maybe a bad business decision.
No, they're gonna return Angry Birds back to its soul era.
It's
Now
what?
I don't understand.
in in the words of the Golden Bolt, Sega is not a normal company. Sega is a Sega company. Sega, 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 Sega.
You know, with
Sega.
this acquisition,
Sega,
they'll have like
Sega,
within their
Sega,
grasp the
Sega,
two
Sega, Sega,
greatest
Sega, Sega.
video game movie franchises of all time:
Which is
Angry Birds and Sonic.
I was trying to think like an obscure thing they owned that had a movie. So you can be like, oh yeah, Angry Birds and fucking and Crazy Tech. Oh, Yakuza. Yakuza's a movie. Crazy Angry Birds and Yakuza.
Nintendo in the chat telling us Sonic Prime, Sonic, and Chuck from Angry Birds Babies have the same voice actor.
That's
Shared universe,
awesome.
perhaps.
Foreshadowing, maybe? This aged well. This sure aged well.
Isn't Chuck the gay one?
Yes.
A gay
Sorry.
Angry Bird?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's yellow. He's gay.
Ryan, you've
Wait.
seen Angry Birds 2
You've
like
seen the
7
movies.
times.
Is he gay in that one? What did he do as
mean,
gay?
it's pretty
I gotta
gay.
watch it with you, dear. You know, we're gonna have to postpone some like Sweet Precure, and we gotta watch Angry Birds too.
He like touches Red's butt a lot.
He's just kind of like the vibe is there, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty explicit.
Can't wait to extend the line of like Sega Yaoi.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck. I mean, just look at him. Just look at him. If you don't know who Chuck Angry Birds is, Google him and look at him.
Now let's talk about another Chuck, Uncle Chuck. I'm proposing a new idea of like starting Old Man Yaoi, Sonic Yaoi with like Uncle Chuck and like Professor Pickles. If you enjoy this idea, please support me on Ko-fi and security. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
Rose,
Right?
you can't bring these dangerous ideas into here.
Ryan, what was your reaction to the acquisition news?
I guess this is confusing. Because that's a lot of money they spent on this. Like, that's $1 billion.
For one game that people like.
Because they bought the whole studio, but like I think it's clear they probably mostly did this just to get the IP. I don't know. Maybe they have some big plans we don't know about for the Angry Birds franchise they really want to do.
Angry Birds Frontiers.
I don't know. I feel like this franchise is like an all-time like low in popularity. Everyone hates the second movie for not following the lore except me because I think it's funny. Or something. I don't know. From what I've seen from Angry Birds Twitter that exists. But $1 million is a lot of money. It'd be like if like Nintendo spent $1 billion on Yokai Watch. You'd be like, I mean, sure, yeah, that was big at some point.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's an underlying like rabid Angry Birds fandom that we're just not tuned into, and maybe this was like a really smart decision on Sega's.
I know a fandom exists, but like $1 billion is like the money you spend to get like a big, like current popular IP people are talking about every like that's the money you spend to buy like a Mega Man or something.
Yeah. So, this time will tell.
They got. I had. Maybe they're just planning something big. Like they want to relaunch this IP. I don't know.
Well,
Thank you for sending me the screen clip from like the Sonic Archie comics of Pickles and Uncle Chuck together in a closed space Nintendo.
Wow. Well, what else do we have on? Can you rattle that topic box for me one more time?
That was
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Next is the Mario
See.
movie. That's all I put down.
Oh my god.
All right.
I
Any-
have nothing to say about Angry Birds, and I'll have a lot to say about Old Man Yaoi and the Sonic universe.
All right. Any final thoughts on Angry Birds?
no.
Jesus. Okay. I'm sorry for asking. Lord, what's wrong with you?
So, am I correct to assume this will be a spoiler-filled
Yeah.
discussion?
I forgot to put it in there, but like this movie's made $500 zillion. I just kind of assumed anyone who's watching has seen it already. I'll give a warning here in advance, though. This will be spoilers. I don't want to restrain myself because I have a lot to say. So if you haven't seen this movie yet, now's the time to leave. I'm sorry.
Now's the time to download the cam rip and go ahead and
Before-
start
before we
watching it
switch,
now.
I have highly trained group of people that my friend hired to kill Overwatch. Now I hired them today to take out anyone who hasn't watched the Mario movie.
Oh wait, we forgot to discuss the Black Adam dog
Fine.
controversy.
We can talk about this
Oh my
real
God.
quick. Okay.
Oh,
What do you want us to say about this, actually?
It really isn't a controversy because I know that we talk. Okay, I'm just gonna ask this to our chat with the captive audience that we have right now. Okay, does anyone here remember what like episode of the podcast or what stream it was we did on this channel where we talked about the dog from not the dog from Black Adam, the Black Adam dog from DC League of Super Pets who appears after the credits with Black Adam. Black Adam appears with his dog that looks like him. We talked about this on stream, but Lou is like insisting that this couldn't have happened. I would have remembered this if this happened. I would have remembered this.
That's
Lou.
not how it. What you?
Yes, it is. That's what he said.
No, I did not say that. I
Yes!
said. Oh my god, you will not gaslight me. I posted a picture of the dog because I was like, I saw a tweet about it and I was like absolutely shocked. Like and I sent it in the chat. I said, I can't believe y'all haven't talked about this. And then Steve was like, oh no, we totally did. And I was like, fucking when? I don't remember that at all.
And then you
now we have people saying it's both from Looney Duels Multiverse episode or also from the Roblox stream. I'm not sure.
So it definitely happened. Everyone remembers this. Everyone watching, everyone here remembers this. Okay.
I love our fans. I love our audience.
I guess that's really all there is.
They're like our USBs.
Well, I guess I'll have to
To talk
take
about it.
your word for it because I
No,
just don't
you
remember that.
You have to, because we talked about it on stream. It was a stream that we talked about it. It was probably the Roblox episode we were saying. Yeah,
I'll have
okay.
you know what?
Definitely
If
was.
somebody can find, not now, later, find me that. It's not that I don't believe you. I just gotta. Was I like spaced out? Because I was part of that stream. I was there. Was I like spaced out or something?
Like we said, Lou, you're always delirious.
This is true.
You know,
True.
Lou like drew like tongue looked at me, hid in her room, and then started accusing me of like scratching her door.
We still haven't talked about Mario. He's on the screen right now. People are running away. People are leaving.
I'm awaiting.
Okay, no, this isn't like an April Fool's thing. We're definitely gonna talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie for like 10 minutes, probably.
No.
Can I? Okay, I just want to say one thing off the bat about the Mario movie.
What?
Okay, so, and hear me out, okay? So,
Okay, Lou, I'll hear. But first, before I hear you out, you'll have to fight my son.
don't worry, we're gonna get to that.
I want you to fight my son. I'm nasty.
So
we'll get to that. Yeah, I have something I wanted to say.
there is one thing
serious
I think the Mario movie is really missing to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Gay sex.
I think there needs to be a scene, accompanied maybe by some like fitting music, where Mario, he maybe fails at a task and he's kind of dejected and he realizes maybe he's not such a. He's not
Did we not mention this at all yet?
Shut up.
Okay.
So he goes,
Are we even allowed?
so he
to, like,
goes
play
to
that
the
music?
he goes over to a warp pipe and he stands above it, and you maybe got I'm just off the top of my head, maybe like Randy Newman could maybe make the song for the background music. And he's looking out in the distance and he just hears like an echo of like, I don't know, Cranky Kong's voice, who's like, "You are a plumber, you can't fight." He goes, then the music just swells up. And it's like, but no, it can't be true. if I wanted to. Leave, I could fly. I could.
Ryan, think fast.
You can't just put it on the
you can't put this in the music box.
What? I just did.
We're
I said
gonna
think
get
fast.
Bob muted.
I said think fast. Do something. Okay. This show is really weird. The show is really, really weird. I'm just imagine
Jeez.
watching this right now. Like you're freaking out right now. Do we know what's happening? Our joke right now is the scene from Toy Story where Buzz Lightyear is trying to fly. This is just what it's like. I joined the call and you're already like in tears over it. You're like crying, laughing.
I
about
can't explain it. I can't explain it. That
can't?
scene is so. No, I said I can't.
Oh, you cannot. Okay.
Listen, the scene where Buzz Lightyear realizes he's a toy, he can't fly. It's the funniest scene in the entirety of Pixar's catalog.
Is it?
Yes.
You know,
That's really sad. I thought that was a sad moment.
I posted on Twitter, on the Startcast Twitter, hey guys, they stopped talking with the Black Adam dog, talking about Mario now. Someone's gonna join this stream right now. Like, I can't wait to see what Ryan, Rosa, Seep, and
the more we talk about, we're not talking about it, the less we'll be talking about it. So let's just talk about it. All right? Let's just break the ice. I was completely correct about what the sequel is going to be.
You were
100%.
Okay,
You
hold
were
on, wait,
100%.
we need to have some format. We'll get there when we get there. Let's
Do we have to cover everything chronologically?
No, I want to start on like a basic level before we get to like the post-credit scene.
Okay, all right.
All right. So, okay, basic.
All right.
You people are crazy. Okay,
Should have recreated the falling seed for Lightyear 2022. They should have, yeah.
you guys can't keep getting distracted. Okay.
Just start. Just do it.
But no, it can't be true.
Shut up! Okay. Surface level. If you had to give this, here's a good way to start. If you had to give this movie a rating out of 10, what would you give it? Start with Rosa.
7.
Okay. You, Seep. Next, you.
7.
Okay, Lou, you. What would you give it?
6.
Okay, I'm in the same boat. I would give it a 6 out of 10 for like an actual real movie, but I would give it a 9 out of 10 for like a Mario experience is usually my like thought process on it.
I think this was a really great Mario experience.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. I think when I see it a second time, I will like it more. I don't know how to explain that, but I think. Go on.
Well, I was thinking this is probably an interesting movie to rewatch because it's the way it's structured. I feel like it's like easy to forget a lot of little things that happen, you know, because it's not all completely like everything leads into the next thing. You know, there's a lot of like smaller, like little stages in a video game, perhaps. You know.
Yeah.
Nice gamer joke.
There's a lot of replay value in this, which I feel is interesting. I almost feel like that was like the intention, in a way.
Maybe.
Because I know they were talking, like Miyamoto was saying a lot that he wanted to replicate the feeling of the games in a movie. So maybe just putting a lot of just ideas in it was their way of doing that.
Yeah.
I think if this movie has one like major core problem, it's like a speed run as a movie. There's like zero breathing room ever. Like never slow down for even a single second. The big example that comes to mind is there's a scene where like Donkey Kong and Mario are stuck in like the Unagi. I was like, okay, they're gonna have like kind of a heart to heart here. They're gonna kind of like talk to each other for a bit, and we're gonna get like a little development. And like that scene starts, and then Donkey Kong starts smashing the ground, and they leave. I was like, well, are we just not gonna get that scene?
No, I think everybody like thinks the movie could have benefited from like 20 more minutes of anything.
It's okay, I could hold my pee a lot more longer than that.
Well, I wonder if it was like there's definitely cut content. I could tell there's cut content, like finished cut content, like scenes, I should say, finished scenes that were like cut. Because like
There's
there's a lot
movie
of
scenes that were cut from the movie.
yeah, there was like lots of trailer moments that you didn't see, those kinds of things. Just like scenes that were like a little bit longer, and it's like so odd. Um, I don't know. It's weird, but I hope that when this comes out on DVD or whatever, that we see some of that kind of snuck back in.
I think one of the other like kind of noticeable things pacing wise for me is I think everyone's pointing this out. Luigi's not in this movie a lot. It's kind of weird how little he's in this movie. Because like when I saw the trailers and he's like in that cage, I was like, okay, so there's definitely like a subplot about him and that Luma doing something. Like that just makes sense. Like you kind of cut back to them every once in a while. Maybe they're trying to escape, and like by the time Mario gets there, he's out already, and they can like there's like a little development about him becoming braver. It just doesn't happen. Luigi's he's gone for like 40. He's gone for like 40 minutes. They don't cut back there for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it really feels like there was a missing Luigi arc, because like there's a line I think at the beginning. I think, like I said, I only saw it once. Mario says something to him like, "You gotta be a little braver, Luigi," or something like that. And I'm like, there's gonna be like a moment where Luigi's trapped in the cage or whatever, and he's gonna have like a slight moment of bravery, but he like just almost dies, like straight up.
Right. I mean, he does get. There is like a payoff to it.
Right,
at the very end though, but he didn't really go through anything. I mean, he like obviously went through something, but he didn't overcome anything personally. Like he got saved by Mario and he didn't do anything the entire movie, and then right at the very end he's like suddenly is a little bit braver. It's kind of weird.
I think there needed to be like an arc where they're trying to escape and they get close to escaping, but because Luigi like is like cowardly, like something involving his cowardice like makes them like not able to escape. So him like doing that thing at the very end like pays off a bit more. Like there's like an arc there.
Yeah. I like that, because that way they could still go back to like Mario saving him in the cage later, but maybe Luigi has like a moment of like he's talking to other prisoners or whatever. Like, I don't know why I'm like this like I feel bad that I couldn't do it.
There's like an arc missing there, because like there had to have been a point where like his cowardice like an arc had to have him like get stuck like in a situation like, and he has to like kind of like be at a low point a bit, but like that low point arc never really happens, and he just kind of like is out of the movie for a bit, and then is like he gets brave at the end. There need to be a bit more build up to that, I think, and I think extra like 10-15 minutes for that in the movie. I think a lot of that extra time should have gone to Luigi in particular.
Mm-hmm.
The Sonic movie took the extra time that this movie wanted.
To a wedding.
Yeah, because everyone said that movie was 20 minutes too long, and everyone says this one's 20 minutes too short.
There we go.
Maybe they could learn to share.
I think the other thing is there needed to be more. I think Mario's family needed a bit more like screen time at the beginning. Because I liked the idea of like giving Mario a family. They're just not in it very long, and something Mario's dad like says is like a big thing like on his arc. I think there may be to be more screen time with like maybe like a bit more time in Brooklyn near the start, like with the family.
Or like, with Mamma Mia and Papa Pia.
Maybe more flashbacks.
Yeah.
I loved the baby Mario and Luigi flashbacks so much.
They came out of nowhere, but like
when perfectly on model. And me, Lou, and Rose saw this together in theaters. Just for clarification, when perfectly on model baby Luigi appeared on screen, we were all in tears laughing.
It was so fucking good. I like lost it.
I really liked a lot of because we were just talking about like the Mario family. I was not really expecting that at all.
No,
like this movie does a lot to kind of ground the Mario Brothers, sort of in a lot of ways that like they don't do in the video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was glad to see that, because I think you might think like with Nintendo being involved, like they would want to stray away from some of those things.
Right.
And this is still very like a very like Nintendo kind of movie. But that was something pretty neat. Did you see like the Polygon article that said those were like all designs that Nintendo like provided?
That makes sense. Like I feel like if they were gonna give Mario some sort of canon family, Nintendo would like want to have like a really like be a part of that process. Like,
Yeah.
if they're gonna give like him like some sort of canon family, Miyamoto is gonna want to like have a say in it.
Right. Yeah. I just thought that was really interesting because I wouldn't think like it was apparently just things they already had
Mhm.
like before
Oh, that's
the
cool.
movie. Yeah, that's what they based it on. Yeah.
I
I really
did-
I like the designs of them. Yeah.
I had one more thing on to sort of the pacing. One more thing, like I think, like in this 20-minute additional cut, we're making up with like a longer Donkey Kong Mario scene, a bit more Luigi and scenes. The final thing I saw someone suggest that I think would have done something for the movie is like during the Mario, Toad, and Peach traveling scene, there should have been one longer stop where like Bowser's minions attack like them, and like Mario does like a bad job like in that scenario, and that like kind of puts him at a lower point. I think that maybe it would have like spaced like the adventure out a bit more too. I think.
I think I
Yeah.
saw that thread on Twitter because somebody was talking about specifically giving the blue
Yeah.
like shell Koopa like
Yeah.
a little bit more screen time so that his
Oh, yeah.
final confrontation with Mario might have been a little bit more like impactful
Right.
instead of him just like dying.
I think that's the thing about this movie. It's just like, I'm just imagining like an extended cut with like 15 more minutes, like 15, 20 more minutes. Like you could like everything this movie like probably have like feel like so easy to fix in my mind. It's like I just want them
Yeah,
to like
I-
animate an extra 20 minutes of this movie.
I almost think that's something that I kind of liked about the movie is that it wasn't that there was like a lot of things in it that I didn't like, you know?
Hmm.
It was just that there was just things that I would have liked. Like there was just more that I would have wanted to see, you know?
Yeah.
But like it didn't feel like it was being brought down by too many like I mean, I don't know, that's the jokes everyone made like when it was announced. Like
Pork.
there would be a lot
My
of
fireballs.
there would be a lot of
Oh,
just
my fireballs.
yeah, a lot of just terrible stuff that just kind of fundamentally sours the whole thing. But this is like the sort of thing where I feel like a lot of the characters, a lot of the world building, I think is actually really like solid and fun to watch. And I would just like to see even more of it. You know?
Right. It's better that I wanted more than that I wanted less. Is a good way to put
Yeah.
it.
Right. Yeah.
It really
Uh,
leaves you wanting more. It teases you. It gives you a kiss and a winner from dinner and does not elaborate on it. You know?
mhm.
I don't mind too much. I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. I don't mind too much. I think what we got of Peach's backstory was sufficient. I don't think we needed
Yeah.
like an extended scene of that. I think it like makes sense. The one thing I'm confused about, well, two things. One, Peach upon seeing Mario's immediately calls him a human, and it really threw me off. And then two, when Mario's kind of like, "Hey, maybe you're from my universe," Peach gets like weirdly cagey about it, and she's just like, there are a lot of universes. It's like, what?
We talked about that. That's like the weirdest line in the movie, where she just when she says there's a whole universe out there. Because that's such a trailer line. That's one of the lines that they put in every single trailer, and it's just burned in my brain. It's not even like words anymore to me. It's just like audio.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like
and
now-
she just turns around and says it. It's really funny.
Now, yeah, Toadsworth. Yeah, for some reason they don't add in Toadsworth. You know, Toadsworth is like so kind of dead after having like amazing gay sex with like Kamek.
I knew you were
Or,
gonna
you
say
know,
that.
Right,
and
okay.
just, like,
I knew you were going for the Kamek. Toadsworth got such amazing Kamek pussy, he died. Joke.
yeah.
Talk about that real quick. Does Nintendo have a weird thing with Toadsworth? Because like, there's a character in this movie who feels like he's supposed to be Toadsworth, and he's just not.
I
think
mean, when is the last time they like actually used Toadsworth? Was it GameCube era?
Yeah, okay, so to be,
Entered in a bit into the Wii era.
yeah, I
But
want
by
to.
the time we reached Wii U, he was gone.
I want to be specific. I
definitely
want to
not.
be specific here. His last appearance was like Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii. But they still use him in both remakes for the Mario and Luigi series. So I don't know.
I don't know how correct this is. I'm just going off like memory. I think I remember like an article where Miyamoto was talking about how he like wanted the Toads to be androgynous, and maybe he said ageless. I don't know about that, but that kind of feels like something they've been veering more towards Because it used to be that there was like male toads and female toads, and they're all like visibly different ages. But now it's more kind of like, there's only one Toadette now.
Right.
And most of the toads, like, they don't have like, I don't know, specific like aging features or whatever.
I will say this. I don't think Toadsworth had a place in this movie, and I'll say the only reason why is like he's too distinct of like an actual like character. He's got such a like different design that if you put him in the role that like, even though he would have been fine in that role, like that blue toad with the glasses, you'd just be wondering the whole movie, why isn't he with Peach the entire time? Why is like this rando toad with her?
Yeah, like you need to like elaborate that, because like different counselors, undistinguished counselor, yeah, you could have that disconnect where like Peach does not need it to be with her because then she could just handle everything on her own. But like
That does make
Toadsworth, yeah,
sense. I can't see
Toadsworth
like
would have been with her.
I can see people seeing it and like thinking like, is that like her dad?
Yeah,
Should
it would be
people
like,
worried
it'd be
about
kind
him?
of like people who don't know Toadsworth, like the moms watching, which guarantee there is tons of stuff in this movie that will confuse the moms and dads in the audience. But like,
A cat? What?
like, like Toadsworth, I love Toadsworth. I'd love to see him come back. But if you wanted to have the fun, like almost like what do I want to say, pre-Captain Toad that's in this movie, like it would have just been too many main toads for like the cast. Like it would have been really weird
Yeah.
and messy.
Yeah, but
but I hope they like Toadette in like the next movie.
I think Toadette will appear eventually in these movies. It's
He's
kind of one of
gotta.
those. It's kind of one of those like just why not characters to throw in. Yeah, if I was to break down my core problems of this movie, the main one, like I said, is the pacing. I think there need to be a few more Luigi scenes. That scene with Mario and Donkey Kong should have been longer. There should have been like one break in the adventure kind of scenario. Because I feel like you're on the climax like in 40 minutes in this movie.
Right.
Like,
It's pretty fast. You're running from the get-go.
So you hated it. You just didn't like this
no,
movie?
I
What
just
you're
think
saying?
I think
You're
those
just like, here's all my issues, by the way.
I'm just saying, I think instead of like a 6 out of 10 like actual movie, I think it could have been like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 movie with just a
Right.
few tweaks.
Yeah, it could have easily been better. But for what it's worth, like I liked it. I thought it was cute and I had a fun time.
Yeah.
I was very surprised and delighted by a lot of performances in this movie, and then very oddly disappointed in some other performances.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Everyone in chat, which one is it? Which
Well,
one is Lou
okay,
talking
chat,
about that you didn't like?
which, if you follow my Twitter, you know who I thought.
You don't even need to be following your Twitter, honestly.
It's just the
If
one.
you've seen the movie, if you have
the
seen the movie,
absolute worst voice performance in this movie, like I'm not even joking. I think
John
Cranky
DiMaggio
Kong,
is Uncle
no.
Arthur.
No,
He did a bad
Cranky
job.
Kong sucked so
yeah, everyone's
bad.
saying it.
Well, you didn't like my special vocal performance, where I'm like doing a voice right now. Isn't that what you wanted?
I just from the moment he started talking, I was like, what performance are they trying? It sounded like he was doing a first take on every single one of his lines.
Yeah.
It was very odd. And I know this what's his name? Fred
Armisen.
Armisen. He's a good actor, and I've heard him be like very funny and like alive in a lot of other stuff, but I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that it just wasn't doing it for me. And I don't know.
I saw someone say on Twitter they should have got James Hong to do Cranky Kong, and I've been thinking about that. I think his voice like suits like what, because Cranky to me is like very like like kind of higher pitch and because I Cranky Kong when I imagine him talking, it's like always going to be the cartoon for like the Donkey Kong. I think James Hong can reach it like higher pitch. He's like a celebrity. He's like you would have a celebrity in that role.
Yeah, I think they could have even just I don't know. They could have just slipped Fred like here's like $500.
Can you do it
sorry. Again? Yeah. Yeah. I don't really know. It was weird. It's the kind of like voice where it's like, oh no, he's doing a voice. but
Right,
I-
but not
it's-
but not really.
So like Shaggy,
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scoob. Like,
yes,
he's doing
exactly.
a voice.
Yeah.
I think it was just like, this guy's funny. We'll just like tell him to do something, and like he probably knows what he's doing. Like, yeah, it's Cranky Kong. Just do whatever. I did read like him like sort of talk about like what he wanted to do with the voice before I saw the movie. Like I read this article thing. And I think he said something like he was trying to channel like Mel Brooks.
What?
So I was at least expecting something kind of like that.
I don't know, and I don't want to harp on him too much, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it, but like,
but it was like I was so like weirdly disappointed by it because I wasn't expecting to not like Cranky Kong's voice.
You got the wrong mushroom.
Now, on the other hand, I don't think
Yes.
anybody made me laugh more in this movie than Donkey Kong.
yeah,
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I feel like I was never down on like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Like that just kind of feels like even just his normal voice. Like I can sort of imagine him as this big ape kind of guy.
When Seth Rogen was announced as Donkey Kong, I literally went like, the problem with this is I can't really argue against it.
Right.
He's kind of got the perfect voice for a big stupid ape already.
Yeah, I could see some people maybe like being distracted, like that is his voice, because he does have a pretty distinct voice. He's in a lot of movies. But you know, if you can just look past that, like honestly, like he has some funny lines. He delivers it really well. He does not like Mario that much. And he
Yeah,
makes it
it's
very
great.
clear throughout the movie.
I
I think
think-
one of my favorite lines was like when they're like in the water and Mario saves him, and he's just like, "Please don't tell anyone." Just
Well,
the way he delivered it was just so funny.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it sounded like he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
like he put a lot of effort into those line deliveries.
Miss Rosa?
like he sounds like he gets at like Donkey Kong's like some sort of big himbo dumb jock.
Uh-huh.
Because I totally believe like Seth Rogen's like a gamer to some extent. I wouldn't be surprised if he was really excited to do this role and probably gave it a bit more.
This
Yeah.
dog is named Zelda. Remember that?
Yeah.
Here's my dog.
I feel like I don't even need to say Kevin Michael Richardson did a good job as Kemek. He's like an actual voice
yeah.
actor. Of course he did.
He did a great job as Kamek.
That was amazing.
Yeah, make Kamek like really even more fruity.
Yeah, I mean
because-
that's like how I imagined like Kamek's voice perfectly. It was like very good.
Uh-huh. Because someone asked this. Someone's asking, how do we feel about Cranky being the dad instead of the granddad? I think something you need to understand about this is that we're watching the Super Mario universe, which takes place in the past of the Donkey Kong universe, where Donkey Kong eventually gives birth to Donkey Kong Jr.
Uh-huh.
No, and Donkey Kong Jr. becomes the Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country,
Okay.
which is why Cranky Kong is the grandfather in those games, but he's the dad in the Super Mario movie. They all plan this out clearly. I mean, if you just pay attention, the hints are there.
Can I be honest? I've never liked that whole Donkey Kong Jr. being DK's dad thing. I think it makes the timeline so fucking confusing. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what does this mean for Mario? How old is he? He's only like 26.
I think it is just a case of
Don't
just
remind me.
really trying to make things fit. Like it's really just the whole like Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong thing. When I feel like they said that as a joke,
Right.
honestly. Like that seems like kind of one of those meta things. Like it almost feels as if like he's aware that he's in a video game and he was like an actor in the arcade game.
Right.
Right.
Like I don't know if it's supposed to be considered in like a world building sense.
Well, in general, like I think you would have a hell of a time trying to make a canon timeline, quote unquote, even with like just Mario games. Like it was never really designed for that, you know, initially at least, and especially with this movie kind of taking on its own its own kind of universe of its own. Like I'm sure they don't want us to consider this like a one-to-one to the games in a lot
Right,
of ways.
Yeah,
So-
I think making Cranky his dad streamlines things so much.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, DK Jr. stopped appearing when like rare Donkey Kong like became a thing. I think you can just kind of like be like, yeah, I guess Donkey Kong Jr. just became DK. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Both named Donkey Kong. Yeah, whatever. He goes from baby Donkey Kong to Donkey Kong Jr., then Donkey Kong.
What did you all think of Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach?
I have a lot to say about Princess Peach.
Okay.
But I'll wait. I will wait my turn.
Okay.
I gotta say, she was pretty alright. No complaints here. I think she did a fine job.
Yeah, I honestly Peach overall, I liked her. I think there was worry of like, I don't know, would they like take away too much from like her, I don't know, usual personality, because they're making her a bit, they made her like more capable. She's definitely more like on equal terms with Mario.
Yeah.
It's not a bit above, and I feel like they justify it pretty well. I mean, like she's a princess of the kingdom that gets attacked, and like she's lived there.
I think
she
in
cares about her people.
In recent years too, they've kind of stuck with that kind of characterization in the games. If I'm being honest, I think people maybe don't, because like she gets, the only time she's been kidnapped like in the past decade was like Odyssey. They tend to like prefer Peach. And I wouldn't be. I think Miyamoto's like talked about this before. Like they like the idea of her being playable more than her getting kidnapped more nowadays. I think it tends to reflect in a lot of the ways that like she is in all the games now. Like she is more present. Even in Odyssey, when she gets kidnapped at the end, she like kind of like makes a stand for herself. Kind of.
Yeah.
They've kind of been. Power moment. Yeah, they kind of characterized her like that more recently in general. So I never really got the complaints about like her being like a helpless.
I mean, I've seen some
people.
Some people say like, oh, they like turn her into Daisy, which I don't really agree with that at all.
Daisy's
her and these are like two different kinds.
Daisy's a bit like goofier, abrasive.
Yeah.
Like if Daisy would have like be like the character like who like in like a movie like this, like a character would have to stop her from like making like bad choices. like
exactly.
Peach or Luigi would like have to like pull her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lou?
I liked her as well. I thought I like Anna Taylor-Joy. Like I like her as an actor.
She was in the menu.
She was, and I very much enjoyed that movie. I have been like every time I see Princess Peach movie discourse on anywhere, I like want to like just pull my hair out because it is so like almost regressive. A lot of the stuff I've been seeing where like she's look at her, she's girly. I don't know what you want like from her. Like she's a girly girl. She wears pink. She's got makeup on. She wears jewelry. She's like frilly.
She's got beautiful plump lips.
Right. Just because she doesn't talk like this. Like, and that's another thing, the voice. Okay. I love Princess Peach's like game voice, but if you're okay with like Charlie Day Luigi, who doesn't sound like game Luigi, you should be okay with like Anna Taylor-Joy Peach, who also doesn't sound like game Peach. Like these are much more toned down performances to make them sound like real people. So it's fine. I promise.
People online are talking about her like she's like a stoned butch in this movie. She's not.
No.
It's really much the one Twitter poll like this is as much as women can get.
Right. And like
get scared.
I think it would have been funny for her to like have, some of the traits she does have, like maybe it would have been nice to see her, I don't know, bake a cake or something. That would have been a cute little nod. But also there was no fucking time for that. That movie was like running on all fours.
That's the thing. This movie is like a pretty high stakes like fantasy adventure. And it does like the characters treat the stakes like pretty direly. Like Luigi almost dies in this movie.
Yeah.
So, I think it is fine. Like, that she's
I think they give her enough like kind of silly things. That's
the thing too. Like they don't push it as far as they would in the games, but I think what is there? I mean,
she like falls in love with like Mario like instantly when she first sees him, for example. Like that's silly.
Yeah,
I think that felt like really. I feel like their first interaction, like that felt really.
It was cute.
I know, just peachy. Yeah, it was just like cute. I love the little there's not a lot of, like you said, like downtime where things slow down, but they do have a few moments, like Mario and Peach have a few moments together where like feels like they actually have some like believable chemistry.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really
thought that was
enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice.
Like when Donkey Kong's like, "It's how you flirt." What?
yeah, like that. I mean, Mario's like the hero guy, and Peach is like the hero lady. She's not like Jailbreak from the Emoji Movie or anything. She's not like that. That was
No.
actually something I was really relieved about. Like they didn't try to lay it on thick with like, oh, what you're expecting the princess to be in danger, like stuff
No,
like
yeah.
that, where they're like sort of like trying to break the fourth wall with like how you'd expect her to be portrayed. Like no, they just kind of let her be.
It's kind of like bubblegum in a way.
A little bit, yeah.
The
Yeah.
way she speaks to Mario is more like, okay, you can come, but like you gotta make sure I don't know you. We gotta make sure you're like ready for this adventure more than like you don't think I can handle myself just because I'm
Yeah,
a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
like
feels like-
she genuinely is trying to like help him get better, and I like that scene like afterwards where she's like, no, it took me a long time to do it. You're fine, and she's like trying to cheer him up, and they kind of have a little like back and forth. It's like cute, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Like she's a
she
nice
is
lady.
Yeah, I like when like Mario's doing good at the training, like she gets happy.
Yeah, she's like excited to see him improve, and Mario has like plenty of time to shine here. Like he does the whole Donkey Kong thing by himself.
Yeah.
A lot of the like Rainbow Road sequence is like largely Mario
Oh,
focused, and then people
that-
got all up in arms about Peach going ice mode at her wedding, but that was cool.
Were
It
people
was
upset
fun.
with that?
Yeah, I mean, every time Princess Peach, like, these people are like, oh, it's a Mario movie. Like, Mario should be like the only one doing the action. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's a Mario. It's a Super Mario movie, you know. Just because it's called Mario doesn't mean it's not Mario Bros. Or the Mario Friends or the Mario Besties.
Yeah,
It's
People
all
just-
about them, you know.
people just want none of the other characters to do anything in this movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm probably like picking from like one weirdo that I saw in
Right.
Twitter. This is probably not like a general opinion, but
I mean, because if you look at otherwhere, like this is the anti-woke movie, right?
right.
I just want to say it's so funny people can't decide on this movie. Like the alt-right conservative YouTube channels are like can't decide if this movie's woke or anti-woke.
But
I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
I think Peach was like one of the most contentious things like about this movie. What I saw a lot at least of like characterization, and it was so odd to me because it was another prime example of like people being weirdly like over analyzing and overcritical of like the one girl character in the movie.
Yeah.
When there's like a lot of things you're complaining about Peach that is like the exact same thing they do with literally every other character. So I'm just kind of like,
Hey, Luke,
okay.
can I
Yeah.
ask you a question?
Sure.
Look at that scene where she was on the bike and you got like a back shot for like
God.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
What?
Don't worry about it.
There was a Peach ass shot in this movie.
There was
Yeah.
okay. I was
looking at both Ryan and Lou to see their reactions to that.
Do you think they designed the bike so that it would hide her butt a little bit? Because I swear there was one part where it's like that would be like a huge like double cheeked. You would see it, but like there's like a flap on the bike that's like blocking exactly where her butt is.
I mean, I don't think they meant to linger as long because they had been. I noticed they gave like Peach something like almost like these weird little pants things under her dress. I noticed at one point, like you can't see under Peach's dress like at all. I'm sure that they did not intend to like. Well, somebody did. I'm sure that somebody somebody got into the studio late at night and edited in the little bit of a longer shot, but I'm sure they were pretty careful to like not do that. But it happened anyway. They couldn't help it.
What do y'all think of Charlie Day as Luigi?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good. You know, he gave good performance. Like when he needed to sound a little embarrassing, he did it right. You know, it's really good. And he pretty much is like a Luigi, his own kind of Luigi.
Right.
But
I mean, we
Luigi.
mentioned that, it's not that he's like trying to sound like how he does in the games. But he just sort of I think he embodies the character pretty well. I would like to see, if we ever get like a Luigi spinoff. Like I think that it'd be fun to follow Charlie Day.
I think they need to make another either Mansion movie, a sequel to this. I think whatever the next thing is that needs to have more Luigi in general. I think.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to happen because I think it seems like a lot of the reason why they used Luigi is they wanted to have the kidnapping plot and also give sort of Mario a motivation in the story. But I think now that with the way this movie ends, like, you know, you don't really need that as much. Like they've kind of become the heroes of this place now. So
Yeah.
you don't need to do something like that. So I would really like to see that.
I mean, it leads perfectly into the Mama Luigi story arc we'll have in the next movie
Yeah.
with Yoshi.
Oh yeah.
Luigi!
I guess while we're here, like, do you want to talk about like the Mario Brothers in general? Just like how they're
Portrayed.
kind of adorable in this, right?
They
Did you-
really
did you-
are.
Did you like think that? Like
Yes.
the scenes, there's a lot of scenes of them just like I really like the moments where it's sort of like before and after the big adventure where they're just kind of like, you know, sort of slice of life, tensions are sort of low.
Mhm.
Like I love the scenes where like they're like Mario's in his bedroom. There's like a part at the end where like they're like just drinking coffee and like getting dressed. Like that was really cute. I like that. I could definitely feel like there are people that love to make like fan comics of like the Mario Brothers doing stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just sort of like little mundane, and they're just like these cute guys.
Oh yeah.
I feel like those people are getting fed very well with this.
Yeah, it's like it's very nice, especially when like we lived through a Newgrounds era of like Mario being a jackass to all his friends and Luigi. It's nice to see that in official content. It could like at least give us a nice, wonderful look at them being just like what they are, you know,
Yeah.
loving brothers. You know, that's always been the case in like in the games. You know, like they kind of tease each other a bit. You know, but that's what brothers do. You know, siblings do that.
Yeah.
You know, like you look at like Mario stepping on the shoes a bit, and then it's like they call Mario, they diagnose Mario with like sociopath. When really it's just like Mario is just messing around with his little bro, you know?
Mhm.
Here's my corn plate moment that I really liked. I really
Yeah.
liked when they're at the dinner table and like Luigi keeps saying like he wants the mushrooms and like Mario just starts like
Yeah.
picking off his mushrooms and putting them on Luigi's plate.
Yeah,
That's
that's
such a
so
that's
cute.
such a sibling moment right there.
Yeah.
When
Speaking
my
of that a
sister
little
was
bit.
well, let me
Oh,
say, I just
yeah,
my
yeah,
comparison.
yeah.
My sister doesn't like pepperoni pizza, or at least didn't used to. I don't know what her opinion is now. She's like married, but she's not a little kid anymore. But when we were like younger, she used to like pick off her pepperonis and like put them on my plate because I liked pepperonis.
Mm. I
Yeah.
know certainly it was the same for me and my brother. Or at least one way around. I think there was food my brother likes more than me, and then there was food like I like more than him, so we just do that.
I thought it was really funny how they gave Mario a like, oh, he doesn't like mushrooms sort of thing. Like when they
Yeah.
started setting that up. That was almost maybe stupid, but like not like bad, but like that just feels like the sort of thing like, you know, like, oh, this is like an origin story. Isn't that like weird that he doesn't like them? But oh, we know what's coming next, don't we, folks? You know?
It's funny that he just doesn't like mushroom, but I kind of glad it's there just because it gives us a moment to have that scene at dinner.
Oh, of course. That's a great scene.
I almost feel like whenever the sequel happens and we get more of like the sequel to this movie needs to have more of them together. I think like there's kind of no way around it. I think that's generally been like pretty well received, like their dynamic. I think having like the Luigi's like in the core group next time will do a lot for like the dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is the sort of thing where I feel like if you're already pretty invested in Mario, like they don't have a ton, there's not like a ton of screen time with them together.
Mhm.
So it might be just like if you already know who they are, then it's going to have more weight to you. You know?
Right.
So it does kind of get away with that. Like if you're a fan already. But yeah, it would be definitely appreciated to see more of it. Yes.
Okay, we'll build up to the big man, Chris Pratt. But what did you think of Keegan Michael Key Toad?
Oh,
Perfect.
wonderful, perfect,
I was
beautiful. You know,
I knew for the trailer what he was you know mostly going to sound like, but I just reiterate he really did like actually put on a voice and like do a character. You know, he actually did it. He did it. He did his job.
What did you
Good
think of
job.
his big blue truck he has?
Yeah,
I
that was
lo-
also just really funny.
Yeah,
I like Toad.
he's
Well,
also some of that.
you're the big Toad fan.
Oh.
What did you think?
Of course. I mean, he is also somebody you could kind of argue, like, could have had more of an arc to him, because he kind of does have one where
Mhm.
he wants to be on this big adventure and he gets to go on it. And that's kind of it for him. He's just kind of there for just funny moments. But for that, I think he was pretty good. I liked the performance. I think one of the funniest jokes in the movie was from him. Sort of near the beginning when they're going to the castle, and he has to distract the guards. And he just starts cooking. He's just talking with them. He just kind of gestures to Mario, like, "Just go." That was a really fun comedy, subtle comedy moment. I think this movie has some pretty decent comedy in it. I can't really think of anything that happened that I was like dud jokes really. Maybe
Mhm.
some moments that weren't like super laugh out loud funny, but I guess the movie just moves so fast that if there's any
Right.
joke you don't really like, then you don't have to dwell on it for too long.
I like this chat comment. Actual Angry Birds 2 joke.
Yeah. Angry Birds 2 is so funny. I watched that a couple weeks ago.
So true.
Oh, was that Buckenberry and Alla Gold? Do you think? What do we think in the chat? What was that Buckenberry and Alla Gold?
I didn't think about it before you mentioned it, but now that you said it out loud, I think that could have been them. That
I think I'll have to see it a third time to figure it out. To see what you're talking about.
Do we even need to talk about Jack Black Bowser?
I feel like that one goes so without saying that like he did a great job.
I
Yeah.
loved his song.
Yeah.
That performance fucks.
I think
Yeah.
something I wouldn't mind in the sequel if they leaned more into like the music,
Mhm.
Mhm.
because I feel like there are people on the cast who could like carry some songs here.
Definitely Charlie Day Luigi.
Yeah, Charlie
Yeah.
Charlie Day's a singer.
Yeah, so we could get. I am sad we didn't get the Charlie Day Jack Black duet in this. I don't know what they would have been singing about, but
Oh, hold
You
on.
know.
I got a picture.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, we're very sparse on the images right now. Can we get some more pictures here?
I think they could have maybe had Bowser go to Luigi to like figure out how to flirt with women or something. They could have had a song there. I don't know. That would have been funny.
That would have been fun. That would have been a nice.
'Cause he's like human, so like he'd be like, what are humans like?
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
pretty
they should have
perfect.
talked more.
Yeah. But yeah. Who else we got in the cast? We got.
Yeah.
We talked about Eric Bauza, Raw, like
I mean,
deep
I
voice
think-
Toad character.
I think there's only one more person to talk about.
Oh, that's right. Okay, let's talk about Scott Menville as Koopa General.
Yeah.
oh hell yeah!
Let's talk about Eric Bauza as Diddy Kong.
Yeah, his brief Diddy Kong line.
I was
Oh, yeah,
not
oh,
expecting
oh.
Diddy Kong to talk in this at all.
No. Oh, yeah, do you get my image?
Yeah, what's the context for this? Why do you want me to put this on screen?
Oh, for Bowser Luigi's duet.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I understand now.
First thing I thought of.
Oh shit! We also got to talk about Foreman Spike.
Of course.
Do we really?
Yeah, I
mean,
you know,
I was kind of feeling this. People were predicting like, oh, what if he has like a super like spoilery role and that's why they're not showing him. I think it was really just that it wasn't that major of a role.
No.
Not that exciting of a role because he's not really like a driving force in the movie. He's
Cartoon
just sort of
bully role.
I
right.
think
he's
was
good for like telling you where the Mario Brothers are in their lives when you first meet them.
I think he was literally only on that cast listing, that initial one, because he like leaked that he was in the movie by accident.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all if that was the case.
Do you think he got into a lot of trouble for that?
Yeah, they had to make that whole graphic of his like face for the Nintendo Direct just because he did that. Do you think they made? I wasn't expecting. I wasn't sure what to expect what he'd look like because he's a character who hasn't been used like 28 years.
The
Whatever.
like he has a few different designs too.
they leaned more towards his like appearance and like it's funny the graphic that you kind of use like the direct leans more towards like original like kind of sprite but his appearance in the movie looks a bit more like one of his only other appearances was like a golf game.
Yeah, the
Right.
Mario Golf on the Game Boy.
That almost makes me feel like if like Nintendo has like these updated Spike documents that they're requesting that the character would be based on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually really like his design though. I mean, he looks
It's a good in
He's
between.
he's kind of sexy, isn't he? I mean, I'm just saying, like, do you know
Oh,
what
it's fine,
do you know what I'm saying?
See what you say is some kind of energy,
Some kind of energy.
perhaps.
Oh,
It's okay.
what like a big energy?
Like some kind of like fatherish energy.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Steve, do you like Foreman
No.
Spike?
It's okay, you do. You know, we talk about wifing characters here all the time.
I
Oh,
know, I
Steve
know.
has a crush on Foreman Spike. Ooh.
No, I'm just saying.
Wow.
Oh my god,
Whatever.
bros, check it out. Steve's got a crush on
If you
Foreman
wanna go
Spike.
out and get
People are
pizza,
gonna actually think that, and I wouldn't be ashamed if people thought that because I
Chat.
think like
Chat,
it's not like
draw
Listen,
Seep kissing Foreman Spike.
that is
No, okay. You see that Miku and Luca image? Steep Foreman Spike.
oh, that's a little okay. All right, whatever.
You like Foreman Spike, don't you? Steve?
Alright, then draw me kissing Wolfram from Smile Precure.
Steep X Foreman Spike sitting in a tree. KISSING.
I want to talk about Scott Manvella's Koopa General. What was his
Oh, hell
problem?
yeah, let's
And
talk
Scott
Can we-
Manville as Toad Citizen
God,
and Toad Citizen #8.
Chris Pratt was fine.
I
did
kind of liked him.
He did okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen to me. He kind of like gave like, oh yeah, I see what you're going for. You know, like an Italian, but from like an Italian from Brooklyn. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I don't like
think-
Chris Pratt. I think it's gross the reason he's in this movie.
Yeah.
But you said same could be said for a lot of the other guys. To be honest,
I mean,
I
it's
think-
just kind of one of those things with the industry.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to directly pin the blame on one single person for
but
it.
I will because I don't like him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know, I liked him. I feel like I think the worry was that he didn't know what he was doing.
or just
'Cause-
phoning it in too, right?
Yeah, because you can get that with celebrity voice roles a lot of the time. But I think what it really was, I think what was jarring about it for a lot of people initially was that it's just they're going for a very toned down kind of Mario, which is something we just don't really get that much anymore.
Mhm.
It used to be way more common of like Mario just kind of having sort of a more casual, like Americanized kind of voice instead of the like the over the top like Italian accent people associate him with. But I think when you're watching the movie, you sort of understand. It makes sense. I don't think it's distracting. Is the thing. I think I
Yeah.
would say that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not. It's probably wouldn't be my first pick, and I'm sure I know Charles would have probably done a better
Like,
job.
yeah.
But
If
Yeah,
anything, I know Charles would probably give like a different take with Mario.
mhm.
Like,
right.
it's a little bit of like the original,
Yeah,
but like
but I
also
mean,
something a bit different. It's
I
kind
do-
of like
oh, it could keep going.
I was gonna say, it's like he would do a Mario voice that if he had to do an E3 conference for like he had to play as like Mario at like a convention for a bit, it would be something a voice he could do for like more than like 3 hours without
Right.
getting tired.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, I personally do see why they did replace him, not even just for the celebrity angle, but if they're just trying to just get a rounded out voice cast.
Right.
Like, I know he is like the iconic voice of Mario that people recognize. But I think even if he toned it down a bit, honestly, I might think like people wouldn't understand maybe because I mean, I don't want to sound mean. He's old. Like he sounds old, And I think people who don't know about him, just like general audiences, might not have like understood, like why is this guy Mario, but he's like not sounding like Mario. I'm just saying I can see like why you would just want to just get all new voices for everyone.
Right.
Because then also you like, I don't know, it'd be weird if he voiced Mario and then not Luigi. For me personally, I feel like
I can kind of see where you're coming from. If like gonna add like Charles Martinet's like take on Mario, like even if it's toned down up against like Charlie Day Luigi.
Oh yeah.
right, yeah.
I agree.
But I do like the cameos Charles Martinet had in this movie. I mean, it was kind of what I was expecting. Like he voices Mario's dad, just kind of a.
I like that.
And the guy from the pizza shop.
Yeah, like he does like a character in the movie, and then his Mario voice in the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what people would expect.
Yeah, and I guess this kind of makes more sense now in what you mentioned. Like, oh yeah, he sounds a bit. He's taking more of a sound pretty much older than what they need him to sound like.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
like
makes
especially
sense.
against Charlie Day. If you're gonna make Charlie like a Luigi sound younger, like Charles can do a lot of. He's an incredibly talented voice actor, but he does sound older. He's an older
Yeah.
guy.
Right.
It would sound a little odd.
Yeah,
That is.
and
I
it's
think
been
they
like a
have.
good while since he played that homunculus twink for that one Konami game. So
Thanks.
look it up.
They are playing the Mario Brothers pretty young. This is
Yeah.
probably like the explicitly like youngest they've been portrayed, because like a lot of like in the 90s they're kind of seen as like
40-year-olds.
middle aged.
Yeah.
That was pretty much every portrayal of them in like outer media. But like recently, like Miyamoto said that he envisions Mario in his like mid-20s.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the first time that they've really gone all in on that. And honestly, I think it works. I believe them as both like the Mario Brothers, but also a bit younger.
And like they live with their family, and that Italian family too. It really makes sense because like, yeah, as a New Yorker, definitely like, if they're like mid-20, yeah, definitely there'll be some families, people in their mid-20 that be still living with their family, especially if it's like a big home too.
Yeah.
You know,
I was gonna say
I'm there too, so
I think in future movies, I think if they're gonna have Charles play like a full like longer character, I think he can do Wario perfectly fine.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say a hot take right now, and people are gonna boo me for this. I think like Danny DeVito, Wario, Willem Dafoe, Waluigi are concepts that sound funny on paper, and then you'll see them in the movie and they won't be as good as you think they are.
I
agree.
agree. I think that would make it like a really amusing like SNL skit.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Because Wario,
Charles could fuck up a Wario role. He would be so good at that.
oh yeah.
because Wario's gotta have like this certain like energy to him, and I don't think Danny DeVito has the exact like energy Wario has, like in like Gold, like WarioWare Gold, for example. He's like, oh yeah, hey, look at you, weirdo, come over here, like kind of like that.
I think the thing with Wario and even like Waluigi is that they're very different from the Mario Brothers. You don't need them to carry like an entire story.
Yeah.
So I think just having them just be like over the top is probably ideal, because they are just inherently ridiculous characters. So I'd really want that. I hope they go for that if we ever see those characters in these movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love DeVito as an actor, but I think people like will sometimes like take him as like a meme choice. Like, yeah, it's funny on paper, but like, would he actually like fit this role?
Yeah. Do you remember what I told you last night, Ryan, when we were playing Minecraft about another Charles Martinet role that I think we should get in the sequel?
What's
Do
it?
you remember? I said that he should voice another Mario grandparent
Oh yeah.
who's been stranded in Dinosaur Land, and he has Luigi's voice.
And it's Strange World.
Yes, and it's Strange World. Yeah, I think that'd be cute to see. Like, because we got a Mario voice cameo, but let's get a Luigi voice cameo. People like
definitely.
Luigi. Let's get like Uncle Lou or something.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, speaking of, every time Mario called Luigi Lou in the movie, I like looked up like a dog.
But it was
Like,
pretty
huh?
cute.
All
I
right,
was like, huh? What?
stop defying me. We need to talk about the Koopa General.
Oh my god.
My
the
gosh.
What was his
The-
problem?
yeah, what was his problem?
That guy needs to calm down.
Nah, he's like a blue shell. You know, a blue shell Koopa would be that pissed.
This blue shell Koopa wants Mario dead more than Bowser did.
Did you scream when he died? Did it like
I
freak you
laughed.
out? I'll be honest, I didn't even like register that he like I saw like he does like the blue shell thing where he flies to them and then he explodes. But I thought it'd be a thing where like I don't know, he like shows up later or something.
No, he's died.
No,
Yeah.
that was I guess that was an on screen just kamikaze, he's just dead.
Yeah,
No-
I
no
was
fanfic,
I
see him
saw
again.
it when I saw him in the cart chasing down Mars. Like, oh shit, yeah, no, he's the blue shell bit. It's like that's a fun way to incorporate like blue shell without having had to use it. Like, oh no, and then he just turns into the blue shell and just explodes and like, oh shit, yeah, huh?
He was on the
There is.
poster, so I thought he would do more in the movie, but he's really just in that scene that kills himself.
Look, I think that's all he needed to do. Is like, you see this Koopa? If you know, you know,
I
and when
did-
you see
Uh-huh.
it, you understand.
I really liked in that scene that instead of like doing something, which I think this would have been cheesy, having like item boxes on the course, they like use the actual like Koopas as the green shells that were like getting knocked off their cards, or like the Donkey Kong guys like shooting bananas because that makes sense for them, and
Yeah.
then like the literal blue shell.
Yeah. Also, like the Koopa. Also, them just being equipped with like their own arsenals. But
Yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed that. I want to talk about the Koopa General because I want to talk about a heated argument that
Yeah?
Ryan and I got into with Dawn.
Oh, no.
Go on. This is beautiful.
So Ryan and I, we're big brained, and we know that that this guy is going to be popular with 12-year-olds on
course.
DeviantArt or what? No, what are kids using now? Like Wattpad? I don't know. And
Well,
Dawn got so mad at
you
this,
know,
like,
all I could say is they're not. You know what they're not using?
Amino.
what?
Yes, not anymore.
Oh.
Thank
Like
fucking
this,
God.
this is such a character that like some like 12-year-old girl sees. Maybe that's too old. Like 11 to 12-year-old girl
Are you
sees.
printing?
Listen, I was a 11 to 12-year-old girl. I know this. Okay, 11-year-old and 12-year-old girl would see this movie and they would suddenly weirdly hyper fixate on the blue Koopa General, and like they would start making like they make like their own Koopa OC or whatever, or other Mario creature, whatever, and like they would be dating the Koopa General, and then they would write or draw like angsty fanfic fan art of like their OC learning that the blue general died in the Great Rainbow Road attack.
It'll
And the
look like the Miku and Luca one.
And the Wattpad cover art will be of like their Koopa like crying as like another Koopa delivers the news that the Koopa General didn't make it.
And Don didn't agree. Don was so mad at us for even implying this.
Really?
Yeah.
What does he know?
Don said that nobody would give a shit about this guy.
Whoa!
And then you
People
guys found, like,
already-
fan art.
I feel like the fact that he's on the poster and in trailers, that's like enough. Like he's already he's already developed a following. You know?
I can just see it so plainly. Like we're probably not going to see it because we're not in those spaces that are occupied by like weird like teen fanatics who like stuff like that. But in like a few years from now, people are going to be posting like low key anybody else had a crush on that blue Koopa.
If that fanfic happened, it would be so awesome.
It would be so
Thank you,
cool.
Nintendo.
Speaking of characters who you thought might have done more in the movie, hey, Luma Lee? What was up with
God.
him? What's up with the Luma character?
I think the Lumily. I'm just gonna sound like so unnecessarily hostile, but I think the Lumily sucked. I did not like him.
I can see that.
it was just such a weird pull for of a character.
Right,
I
because like
didn't like that it had teeth.
A little bit, yeah. I did not like that.
I feel like when you pull Luma in, you're implying a lot more about this like world, because Luma is like a character attached to like a much bigger universe and character. So like when you have that, you think they're gonna be like a big deal role. But like after seeing the movie, like that could just be like a crazy Goomba who has been left in the cage for like years, like an old man Goomba character.
Right.
Like
See
why
that,
is it
but
Luma?
I feel like that's it. I think it adds a little bit of flavor to it, though, just because
Maybe.
that's so like unlike any of the other characters, and you're just kind of like, what is this? And it's like it's such a weird joke too, of like a little kid voice, who's just constantly saying morbid things. Like they're
I-
like,
That's just me when I was like a child.
I think the reason maybe it's because I didn't hear. I was in the theater and there was a decent amount of kids around. I did not hear any kids just like bust a gut over what Luma Lee was saying, and I
No.
didn't really find it very funny either. But I mean, I'm like 26 years old, so like, of course I didn't. But
Oh,
right, so but like maybe
no.
he doesn't need to be like a star character. Like I agree to that effect. Like it's fine. He's a little flavor, whatever. But it's just so he sticks out so much to me in particular, like as somebody who knows Mario stuff, that it's so weird to see him kind of not do anything throughout the whole movie except like tell the same joke over and over again, essentially.
Right.
And I just thought that was kind of lame.
We were in the theater with kids, like, so we know what they reacted to, and they definitely didn't react to Luma Lee. So maybe it'll depend like on theaters, like they never like verbally react to like they didn't like point or like laugh or like clap like they did for like other things. But they did never for Luma Lee.
That not like that one kid who yelled, "It's Rainbow Road!" or
One kid,
whatever.
one kid in our theater was so fucking excited for Rainbow Road.
I was too. No, I got really excited when I heard the Donkey Kong music.
uh,
I had to like calm me down because I
I
heard
did.
like one of the notes from like DK64. I'm like, oh, that's the game that made me twisted and fucked up.
Hey, speaking of Donkey Kong, I just want to say I think it's really funny. The highest grossing, what might end up being the highest grossing like animated movie of all time has Chunky Kong in it, and he's like on screen, like a decent, like they oddly focus on him for like a decent amount of time. Like every time they cut back to like Diddy Kong, like he's on screen too.
yeah.
It's funny. It's funny. It's Chunky Kong. That could have been like Funky or like Tiny or like any like a Kong a bit more prevalent than Chunky. It's really funny. It was Chunky Kong.
I'm glad it was Chunky. I mean,
Because he's alive.
Chunky, yeah, we needed the confirmation. We
Oh,
now know
aw.
that Toadsworth is definitely dead and Chunky Kong is alive and well. Yes.
Now, I think I'm gonna be like too angry if I talk about this too long, but like
Oh.
I do think we need to at least mention how lame it was that they took out a bunch of original scores to put in like contemporary music.
I think that's a choice that was made even worse because like one of the I can live with most of them. I can live, like I don't like it, but I can live with it. Except one of them. The Take On Me one is awful. It doesn't fit the scene it's in at all. Take On Me is one of like the most overused songs in movie history, and it replaced a song that like fits the scene a million times better.
I
Yeah.
don't even remember when Take On Me was added in.
It's
It's
the
during
Funky Kong
the
scene.
when they first come to the Jungle Kingdom and they're riding around on like that roller coaster looking thing. It's there, and it's such a like if you're gonna add a pop song, could you not have picked like a I don't know, something with a bit more oomph to it? Like Take On Me is like I don't know, it does not fit the energy of the scene like at all.
I mean, the only people who would get that reference is like people who've seen Calamity Mario on Newgrounds or something.
every single like song they picked in this movie was like the most overplayed, like overused movie song ever. There was like it's
Yeah.
like Take On Me, Mr. Blue Sky, Here's the thing: if they're going to use licensed music, they didn't even use anything insane, like when the Grinch played Boogie for like 5 seconds. One of Brockhampton's Boogie for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely makes me feel like it feels like there was like a Hollywood editor. Is this the case? Like, do like editors, like sound mixers in Hollywood, do they just have like folders of just like these are like the songs that are just like pop songs that are not going to be dated if you put them in your movie, right? It
Right.
feels like there's like a certain handful of those that just keep getting put in stuff. And yeah, this movie does have a lot of them. And like you said, I think most of them are like fine. Like it didn't really detract. Like it wasn't like, I don't know. There's no like
like you're kicking yourself, like why, like kind of like
yeah, right, yeah. Like what people were expecting when they heard that this movie was announced. Like everyone's made
wake up
sort of
in the
jokes.
morning.
feeling like
Yeah.
P. Diddy.
Nothing like that, but it is like you said, that one scene with Take On Me, it just kind of feels like, just kind of slapped on. It's like they realized that they didn't have any and they had to at least do a few. Like it feels like they're like maybe there's some sort of bargaining with Nintendo or something.
I feel like once you like see the original scene with like the original song on it, like you really see like how like much better it would have been.
Right, yeah.
Maybe they should have gotten Randy Newman to come in.
Mario, Princess Peach in the car, going fast.
mushrooms and his Donkey Kong.
Didn't like the
singing
mushrooms
song.
much. He didn't like them.
I'm having one of those plumber days.
Holding Out for a Hero is a song you can't use in any other animated movie. Shrek 2 already like did it so well. You're just gonna look worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone in chat is
That
saying
song
this
was
too.
so cunty.
Like the song that was cut from the movie, the DK one, is like a song that uses like DK music like really well,
Yeah.
which I think makes it even more upsetting.
Right. Yeah.
And I
Are we
think, I think overall it's just upsetting because the score of this movie is actually really good, like really good.
Yeah,
It
I
made
think
me go,
I think it has a good mix of like using like motifs of the video game music without
holy shit, holy fucks.
like it doesn't feel too jukeboxy.
Right.
I think that is a risk you can have if you go a little like too heavy on the video game music side of it. But this does have like there's like a motif for the Mario Brothers that's like original to this movie.
Right.
If you pay attention to the soundtrack. And so yeah, but it also like there are those little bits of Mario music and a lot of it has like energy that feels fitting.
They weave it
for
into
characters.
like the score. Like they rarely play like a full song from the games. They more like weave it into the score.
Right, yeah. I think that's kind of the ideal way to handle it.
And they pick some weird ones. Because like there's like Wario's Battle Cannon is in one of the songs from like Mario Party. Riverside Park from like Mario Kart Super Circuit is one of them. There's a song from Origami King in like part of the score. So they pick some weird ones.
I wonder, like, was that just like from memory? Do you think like whoever like composed it? I don't have it on hand right now. Like, do you think they just like listened to a bunch of Mario music just at random on YouTube and just kind of picked up on stuff they liked?
I don't
How
know.
could they if Nintendo took them down?
That's true. Some of it does feel deliberate, like having like bits of Luigi's Mansion.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Luigi
Yeah.
running from
That was great.
monsters. Yeah. Are we gonna have a spot to talk about the dog?
You want to talk about the secret life of Pet's dog?
That was like the funniest character. Was that fair to say? Like, can I say that?
I thought that scene was funny.
I think that dog is hilarious. Illumination, you got to give it to them. I think they're kind of honing in on their craft of making just hilarious cartoon dogs that are just so funny, you know. Oh, just think of all the funny dogs they've made. I think this is their funniest dog yet. And it's really sad
think
what
so?
Mario did to that poor animal.
Yep. What? I love that dog because it appears it's a Mario Wiki article. Thank God, his name is Francis.
Yes.
I need to screenshot this whole article actually. I looked up Mario movie dog to find an image of him, and I thought there'd just be like this little image. There's a whole Mario Wiki article about him already, in case you were worried.
Thank
God.
God.
Yeah.
Somebody asked what it went against a Looney Tunes dog. I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah, honestly, when that dog walked into the bathroom and then like kicked the door closed with his hind leg, like if there was a Looney Tunes dog in there, just ripped to shreds. Just like a little chew toy,
Yeah.
you know?
They describe every last thing this dog does in the movie in this article, like everything.
It's really fun. I love how they give the dog like a little payoff at the end when like Mario and Luigi have saved the day and the dog like gives them a
Nods
nod.
at them.
Yeah, oh,
Francis and the Brooklyn couple are later seen after the final battle, cheering for Mario and Luigi. Francis gives Luigi an affirming nod.
this dog should have been named Max. I think you're right.
Yeah, they should have kept it up.
Should have been named Max.
Yeah, I was really happy, by the way, that we got a Kree Summer Black Woman character in the first 10 minutes of the movie. I knew we were watching cinema when we got that.
Here's a fun fact. We don't actually know who voices Pauline in this movie.
Huh.
Yeah, she's an additional voices. Like, she
Yeah.
has one little line. Man, I do want to see it again. There is a lot of, like, background detail. Because I even, like, at the very beginning of the movie, before, like, you even, like, I think it's still, like, in the pizza place. Like, you can see they're playing the news in the background. They're talking about, like, Pauline being elected or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just really interesting world building. I like that they included that in there. I think Pauline being mayor is just such a good thing that they've done recently, because
Yeah,
it kind
I
of
think so, too.
parallels like all the other like princesses of
Yeah.
Mario, but she's like a big city princess, and her
Yeah.
kingdom's like a New York. You know, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah, so I do want to see it again. I'm going to see it. I'm visiting some family soon, and my mom really wants to see it. Like so, I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
She's just like, she's like, let's go see the Mario movie. So I will let you know her mom review.
Okay.
When I get when I see it, I'll tweet about it or something.
Oh, what did you think of King Bomb dying?
I was
Oh,
so sad.
Yeah.
I was okay. I was so good about not making a lot of noise during the movie, even when I saw something that excited me. The one thing that made me audibly gasp was seeing King Boo. I mean, Mom and King Boo. I don't know what it was, but I went, oh, like, oh my god, like there they are. I was so excited. I love King Bomb.
Yeah, those were fun cameos.
Although I want to say,
I know what you're gonna say.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about this real quick?
Okay.
Why is King Boo so ugly in this movie?
I told you it's because he was added in 20 minutes before they shipped the movie out.
He kind of looks like a fucked up version of like the N64 Boo renders.
Yeah, it's like he might. I almost want to say he wasn't in the original like cut of the movie. Like they were like, we need more crowd fillers. Bowser needs to have more friends. I guess King Boo we can make a little quick King Boo, because there aren't any Boos in the movie at all.
He's the only one.
So they didn't have the Boo technology yet.
Not yet, at least.
No, not yet. But
They're
he
definitely-
looked horrible. He looked like I was like I noticed like everything else in this movie was beautiful. But then I saw the second I saw King Boo, I went, what the fuck happened? Also, can you please put the drawing that Rosa just made? I can't believe you haven't.
Yeah,
put
hold
this
on.
up
I was putting King Boo on screen. I had to get an image of him.
Sorry, I just saw it. It's beautiful, Rosa.
I need to find room for King Boo on the screen. What did Rosa draw? Let me look. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hold on. I put this on screen too.
I'm so excited.
So this is an image Rosa drew of the Wattpad Amino fanfic image cover of the fanfic about someone's Koopa Troopa self-insert learning about her boyfriend's dying in like the Rainbow Road War.
There was also something really weird about the way King Boo like moved. Like he looked so half finished in the movie. I don't know what to tell you.
He looked.
But
You're very much a King Boo like. I won't say snob, but
No, I King Boo is one of my like. So here's my feelings about a King Boo's. So I think the title King Boo is like akin to like a queen bee in a hive. So like there's multiple King Boos like that are like that typical like the the ones you see in like Mario Kart or Mario Party. But like the Luigi's Mansion King Boo is like a different guy, like a special guy, because he's all sorts of fucked up and he's got his own little hive going on, and he's demented.
He wants that twink dead.
I've always thought that too. I've always been the belief Luigi Mansion King Boo and like Bowser's King Boo are separate entities.
I really hope we get a movie with King Boo as the villain.
Still looks like that.
No,
He's so funny.
Oh, I can't believe you're not keeping it up on screen.
It was so big. I'm running out of room for things on screen.
What has that ever been an issue for us?
Put it next to Lumily.
Put it over freaking Buster Moon.
No, you need to. I'll put it next to Lumily. I'll just shrink it a bit though. We have some Patreon questions that can be like topics because I think that will help like cover some like things we probably maybe like forgot about.
Sure.
I need to make sure the text is like still somewhat readable when I shrink it, and there we go. Okay, these will be good like topic points. I said not every question should be like a Mario movie, and they all were. So this works out. From Gloomy, if they were to make a second Mario animated movie, what would be on your wish list for it?
Well, I mean, is this a good time to talk about like?
Oh yeah, do you want to brag?
Prediction?
You brag that you were right.
I could brag a little bit. I mean, well, what? Okay, I've said it on this show, right? Like we've talked a lot about the Mario movie, like before it came out. And I think we were asked. I don't even know if we were asked, but I did mention like what I think the sequel would be, right? And let me just can I just read this thing that I wrote? Sequel to the Mario movie where they go to Dinosaur Land is going to be huge for Universal. Like, are you kidding me? Do you know how many little boys will beg their parents to buy those tickets and all the toys and t-shirts that will result from it? Not to mention all the ads and brand Twitter posts that will get to dress Mario up like the Jurassic World protagonist and make him do the raptor training pose with multicolored Yoshis. This is going to be massive. I said this in October of 2022. I knew the whole time. Everyone was saying like, oh my gosh, Lumily, like Happy Meal. We're getting, the sequel's going to be Mario Galaxy. No, they're going to go to Dinosaur Land. They're going to meet a bunch of colorful Yoshi characters. And they're going to make a Twitter post where Mario does the raptor training pose from Jurassic World with multicolored Yoshis. He's already voiced by Chris Pratt. They're going to sell a bunch of toys of the dinosaurs. And I think the Koopalings will be the main villains.
They'll all be voiced by different celebrities.
Yes, exactly.
James Corden will be Ludwig.
You said he had a reaction when he saw that post-credit scene.
The second I saw, well, two things. I laughed when the Yoshi noise played. It was really funny. The second thing is, I was so mad. I was like, God damn it, Seep was right.
Yeah. That's the funniest post-credit scene I've ever seen in a movie. I think it might be. Because that's not just like a mid-credit scene. That is like you wait till all the credits for this animated movie have gone past. They've credited every last animator and most of the people who did the music. And like and then they have this scene, this ominous scene. And all it was a Yoshi egg cracking open, and they play a stock Yoshi sound effect. And I actually laughed out loud when that happened. And I felt almost like a jerk. Like, oh, what am I doing? Like, it was such a like snarky, like nose chortle kind of laugh. Where it's like, okay, all right.
I think you said at some point you felt like they added it in like 2 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, that felt like that could have been like rendered 2 weeks ago. It's literally just they pan across the already built like sewer setting, but with added rubble. And then the Yoshi egg cracks. It's just such a funny because that's not like an insane character pool. There's literally Yoshi's earlier in the movie.
Yeah, that's not like Wart or like Wario and Waluigi or like Daisy or something. But like that's like it's like Yoshi.
Like one of the first characters you pick in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It'd be like if like the post-credit scene in Sonic 1 was like a flicky.
Yeah.
Oh. They did foreshadow Yoshi at the wedding. They were giving Bowser an egg as a wedding gift.
I guess that's true.
Was it the Yoshi's egg?
Yeah, there was Yoshi's egg at the. So I guess when they got sucked through that pipe, the Yoshi egg landed in. I guess there was that build up.
Oh, that might have been it.
Yeah. They sure got sucked, all right.
But I agree with Seep saying Yoshi is such like not an exciting post-credits character.
No, I mean I think that's a great like sequel character, of course.
Right.
Like there's a lot you could do with Yoshi, like a little dinosaur character who's like probably gonna talk and be funny for the kids. But that's just not. That's not like exciting. It's not like, oh, I can't. Oh, what are they gonna do with Yoshi? The possibilities are.
He's gonna act like a dog. No,
Now if they
like
did
the Koopalings or something.
Yeah, if they did some kind of like Yoshi's Island like lore thing, maybe you could get away with that. Like you see the Yoshi Island and there's like, I don't know, a stork or something. I don't know. But it's literally just an egg in a scene where it's like, I don't know, it's nothing. It's really funny.
Yeah, like sat through the whole credit sequence twice. Like,
who's it gonna be?
Like it's this just Yoshi egg. Okay, I mean, cool. I like Yoshi. I'm excited to see Yoshi, but that's it. That's all we get.
Right. Yeah.
Why wasn't it Dimencio from Super Paper Mario?
Where was Fawful? I came all. Do you think there was anyone who came expecting like some sort of like Fawful?
They would be delusional. They'd be kidding, absolutely kidding.
Yeah.
So if they thought Fawful was going to be in this movie in any way, I'm sorry.
Someone gets down on the ground, slams their fist. Where was Count Black?
They're wearing the Kumas with the hats.
No, I do fear a lot of times when it's like when we talk about sequels. There's a lot of like, oh, I hope they add this character and this character and this character.
Yeah.
If the pacing was bad in this one with like 5 main characters,
yeah,
like
I don't think they're gonna add too many more characters next time. I don't think Wario and Waluigi will be the next one. I'm gonna say that right now. I think they're characters you tease to be like the focus of the next movie. I think next movie will have Yoshi, Bowser Jr., and then like maybe I think they'll want to add one more girl character, so like Daisy or Toadette.
You know what? I kind of had a fun thought just a second ago.
Hmm.
What if Daisy played a more kind of like not villain role, but like antagonistic role as like a neighboring kingdom or something? Like she's not like evil or anything, but maybe kind of how like maybe how kind of like Donkey Kong is with Mario. Like Daisy's kind of like, what the hell? Like, why don't I get any action over here? I hate Peach. But then they're friends.
It's going to be interesting how they explain if Daisy shows up in a sequel. Because I feel like she's a character who makes sense. Like, it's a princess. You can market that. She's a popular... Because they use her at the theme parks right now, and that's like a big deal. So they consider they consider her like an important enough character to like put in theme parks and stuff. So I think it makes sense she would be in these movies. But like, there's also like, well, you also just confirmed Peach was the only human in the sequel. What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a
That's
huge
true.
universe out there, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now that we think about that.
I mean,
I,
he just-
I do love how much the Kong like roller coaster scene though was just like, yay, get ready to see this in the theme park.
I agree. I actually agree with this chat comment that I think I could see Donkey Kong not being in the second movie.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I think Donkey Kong will not be in the second movie, but get his own movie instead.
Yeah, I think that works because I think you can. That's a name that can like sell a whole movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think next movie will be. I have it all planned out actually in my mind. I'm so
Okay.
smart.
I'm glad DreamWorks hired you to do this year.
I think a stork, like a Yoshi's Island stork. We got the Yoshi reference in immediately. Is going to deliver Bowser Jr. to Kamek. That's how we explain Bowser Jr. comes to existence. Because Mario always works on stork's logic. Everyone's always like, "How is Bowser Jr. going to work? Bowser didn't have sex with a woman. How is he going to give birth to him? You just give a stork. Have a stork deliver to Kamek." And then they team up and they get Bowser back. They're like Kamek and like Bowser Jr. team up. It's like a cartoon. So like Bowser Jr. could be like kind of like old enough to like speak and stuff already. Like it's a cartoon. It's fine.
Yeah.
And they'll team up and get Bowser back. And Bowser Jr. will be like kind of like one of the main baddies now. And then for whatever they do something on Yoshi's Island, and that's how you get to Yoshi's Island. You have the Yoshis. Then Daisy will do something. So I think I'm like feeling Daisy or Toadette. There's gonna be one more girl character because like these sequels always like to add one more girl character at least.
You know, remember in the Super Mario Bros. Movie?
Yeah, Daisy's in the one with Yoshi. They're gonna tie it all back.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah. I was just researching dinosaurs.
That could
No
work.
big deal.
That could work. She's
Yeah,
like,
she just
you could just be like there, like researching the dinosaurs. And then you like you have the sequel movie plot where Luigi tries to get his feelings out like every animated sequel.
and like Toadette's like also like there to chill out. Who's like their assistant Daisy?
Yeah. I think there's not. I think they'll remove Donkey Kong from the main cast and then only add like 3 or 4 or like new characters, like to have like a real moment in the plot. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
I am curious. I'm curious how much they'll like lean into like Yoshi's Island lore. Because I think that is something that they'll pull from at least a little bit.
Right.
And they've already like hinted at some like backstory things that aren't fully elaborated on. And I just wonder if there's, I don't know, some kind of are we gonna get like some kind of baby flashback with someone as a baby, maybe like baby Bowser, baby someone.
Wait.
In some skirmish with Yoshi.
We have to keep it going. All the Mario Kart babies will appear. Baby Daisy in the second movie, Baby Rosalina in the third.
Yeah. It would be interesting. I would like to see a little expansion on like maybe baby Bowser and like Kamek.
Right.
I don't know. That's a dynamic I've always really liked. That's always been like an interesting little layer I guess to Bowser.
I think someone in chat's asking this. I think Poochie will be in the movie, but like not a major role. I think he'll just be like somewhere on the island. You'll see him, and I'll point at the screen.
You know, and it kind of questions and it also brings questions to like Yoshi's sentience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like is Yoshi a dog or a horse? And then they have their own dog.
Do you think they'd have him talk?
No.
For sure, the main Yoshi.
No, I disagree. I think Yoshi won't talk. I think Yoshi will be like an animal.
Yoshi!
I think they're gonna really.
They'll just use those like 25-year-old archive.
I think they'll retcon that, but I think Yoshi will just make noises and they'll really play up him being like a cute animal character.
I think he's gonna make a lot of messes. I think he's like gonna cause
Yoshi.
chaos.
They're gonna yell at him.
No, that's what I think that like he's gonna mess up somehow. He's gonna like release Bowser on accident, like he bumps into the cage or something. And like after Mario's like vouched for Yoshi, and then Peach is like all mad and she's like, "What the fuck, Mario? Why did you let your dog in the room?"
Right. When Bowser Jr. and Kamek come in to save Bowser, like Yoshi will be like like they're like really close to stopping them, and then Yoshi does something stupid and then stops them.
Yoshi Yoshi thanks Nintendo.
Frank Welker will play Yoshi.
I think he did in the. That's who voiced him in the '90s movie.
Oh my god! It all
He
comes
made, like little, yeah.
Wow. It's really gone full circle.
Wow, I like the Super
Now-
Mario movie. Yes, Rosa.
Now I like to have an additional detail that Tilted is also like pretty fucked up and like a fugitive. That's why we didn't see her in like
She was
the first movie.
banished from the Mushroom Kingdom and is living in the Yoshi's Island
Honestly-
as banishment.
I see where you're coming from, Rosa. Like, I think I understand that. You know, she's kind of gone on her own.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
this hypothetical sequel, there'll be a scene like that played in every trailer for Toy Story 3 where Barbie and Ken look at each other, except like Luigi and Daisy, and they play this song, and then like the screen becomes pink and the hearts
What?
flow everywhere. Like every animated sequel ever
Yeah.
has that scene.
This movie had that scene.
Yeah, Minions Rise of Gru had that scene with Otto and
The,
the,
the
Rock.
pet rock.
Yeah, they have to have it.
They
know,
need it.
I like to add like this is just me, but I'm like, oh, what if they add in Pom Pom as like
I know where you're going.
I'm
You
cool.
write your
I
fanfic.
know.
Write your Toadette X Pom Pom fanfic.
What
You're
if
the one
there's a
that's
scene in the Yoshi sequel movie where, like, after they like yell at him and he like runs away, he's like really dejected and sad, and maybe we get like a backing track that maybe is done
what?
by maybe we get there's like a a song for him like by Randy Newman that shows that he will go sailing no more.
he tries to do a big flutter jump across the cliff and he doesn't make it. Oh yeah, that song that plays when like Mario and Yoshi are like chasing Bowser down, and like they're not gonna make it, and like Yoshi like knows what he has to do, and he like throws Mario off, then he falls.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, that's gotta happen.
That is something. I think that is something they would do. It's like a blue shell emoji.
You are a Yoshi, you can't fly.
Who says that in the movie? What character?
um, Mario says it to
The
him,
Yoshi-
but like he's trying to keep Yoshi from hurting himself. Like Yoshi keeps trying to do these dangerously brave
-2.
situations.
-2.
Everyone hates it.
You
Can I make an
already-
I want to make an oddball prediction. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna meet the Yoshi chief from Paper Mario.
Okay.
No, okay, no, mm-mm.
not looking like that though.
That I was gonna say that's a little.
No,
that's a little-
they can retrofit it. Like they can change things. Like
Oh
they
my
gave
God,
Cranky
normal.
Kong like a crown.
I just get like
Oh,
a
yeah,
normal
definitely.
crown. Just like make him like King Yoshi this time or whatever.
Yeah.
I love that. And then if you were gonna be making like they're gonna be playing like that song from like Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa with Moto Moto.
What? I like
him.
I like him chunky.
So
Ping.
Not to do the buzz bit.
Well, take the gift off
One,
the screen.
You
'cause
do
that's-
that too. That
We
is gonna
Yeah.
cost more than that.
We gotta
No, it's
no.
I have to abide by that.
Taking the buzz
yeah,
skip
someone,
off
someone
screen.
gave us money. Yeah. The power of the dollar bill. You can pay us if we keep doing the same joke too long. You can pay us. We'll stop. We'll end the bit. We'll snip it.
Hold on. It's not the Tower of the Dollar Bill, but $2 bills. So don't be cheap in stopping our bits.
I,
You took Buzz off the screen.
Someone paid for it.
But no, I can't.
I feel like I could go all day, like every minor, like small thing, like in the sequel they
Yeah.
should have fly guys, like. But I'm thinking like broader picture kind of stuff I would want in a sequel, like not just like make characters who like would actually matter to like a plot or like locations or ideas. I guess-
My insane fan like storyline that I would love to see is like like a Bowser Jr. like sort of at odds with the Koopalings because they're not
Oh.
like because Bowser doesn't see them as his real kids, really at first.
Okay.
Like he gives like Bowser Jr. special treatment. This would take place in the story where in the sequel, Bowser Jr. was at summer camp with the Koopalings for the entirety of the first movie, and he just comes back.
Are there any?
Yeah.
What about power-ups? Are there any like cool power-ups you want to see in the sequel?
Oh my god, dude! It would be so clean.
I
if you-
mean, we already got the Tanuki power.
Oh wait! Oh, we just got paid to do the buzz bit back. What is the protocol on that?
I don't
Sorry.
know.
You don't know?
No, they paid the same amount of money, and they both played $2.
Well, but now was the second one. So go ahead, and put that buzz gift right back on
Okay.
there, please. Thank you. I believe I could fly.
Do we have more, like, questions?
Yeah, now we have more. But like, I just want to ask: are there any power-ups you want to see in the sequel? Might be cool. Like they show a few in this.
Like, I already got the Tanuki power-ups. I really love that part.
You don't want to see like Rabbit Mario from Mario Land 2 in the sequel?
You know what? I like Mario Land too.
I want to see.
The return of the blue Koopa shell.
I want the cherry.
Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna say specific power up, but I want them to do like what they do with Donkey Kong in this movie. I want them to like give power ups to characters who don't usually have them. Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't know. We can see like Ice Chemic or like a Boomerang Daisy or something.
That kind of
That'd be cool.
surprised me that we never saw Mario use a fireball, ever.
Oh, we didn't, did
Right.
we?
That
He mostly just did Big Mario.
Yeah.
And Cat Mario and Tanuki Mario, which was my favorite. I love how they like have it work like Tails.
Yeah, he was
Right.
Tails. Here's a question from Thingy Bob Inc. If you could pick one member of the Mario and Luigi family and put them into Mario Kart, who would you pick?
Oh.
The
Mamma
mom.
Mia.
I like Mario's dad as a symbolic like gesture to show that he's warming up to his son's ambitions. It'll be a real Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs moment.
I want you to know, Flint. Even though I can't play cards with you. I love you, Flint. I love you too. I love you too. Oh, I remember we were doing like a Cleo bit last night. I sure hope
We
Cleo
were?
likes my. What was it? Something about Pibby?
And that's not what was it?
I remember Cleo.
That's not what had us crying laughing.
Abe
was it?
Lincoln saying something about Pibby Cleo. Like, I sure hope Cleo likes my. There was definitely something about Abe Lincoln Cleo related to the Mario movie.
We're about to get paid again if we continue this conversation.
I sure hope Cleo hopes I go sailing more. Oh, the Super Crown. This will be the big moment. Bowser will hold the Super Crown for a minute and be like, as if. And then toss it to the side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
That would be
hits
hilarious
Toadette.
for all the 25-year-olds.
And then they post that like scene like on Twitter, like as a clip, like, did we just break the internet?
That'd be a great Veilskabub 94 video, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what we want? That it till it's in sequel and they add in the Super Crown. And, that's like a Chekhov gun in some sort of way.
There'll be a big moment where she has to disguise as Peach, and Bowser's like, wait a minute, this isn't Peach?
That would be a really excellent, like, confuse the moms in the audience scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wait, only the pink one can use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that confuses people who play Mario to this day.
Here's a question from Super Mushroom Hill Act 1/1. I like saying their full name. One
Yeah.
thing
Much.
that really seems to be in the discussion surrounding the movie is world building. As a huge advocate for more interconnected world building in Mario outside the RPGs and stuff, I think it's going to be huge for mainline Mario going forward. What were the most interesting aspects of the movie you want to see carry over to the games?
Oh. That's a really
I think
good
I
question.
think having like that the real ass Brooklyn or whatever you want to call it. I think that'd be fun to have that in a game.
I mean, they kind of did that a little.
And Mario
Right.
Kart 8 with the Mario Kart Tour track.
Well, I mean, that's basically what New Donk is. That's basically what it is.
No, I want it to be like, I want it to be like full of Mario looking people. you know?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Like I want to see that. I want to see them go to a pizza shop. I want to see them, like go to their little apartment, with their like family. I want to play that.
The big thing I had coming out of this movie that I like to see in the games isn't actually for Mario, it's for Donkey Kong. I want to see more Kong people in future games like this movie had.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
remember when he almost added some in like, well, they were planning to wanted to add some in like Strikers, the first Strikers.
Right,
And
yeah.
same with the Mario people.
Yeah, they almost had like more Kong species characters and like strikers than they didn't. I think go because I think if you just Donkey Kong's like island has always felt sparsely empty in a lot of things. Like shocking, like there's not a lot of like members of the Kong Kingdom. Like in the cartoon, there's like 8 characters on this island. So I think it'd be cool if like in future games, like we saw this more like the Kong clan or whatever, like more like
Yeah.
Kong's like a little like village or something like that. I think that'd be fun.
Put lesbian
you know
Kong
what we-
on screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you know
send
what'd
me
be
a
funny?
picture for.
What would be
There's
funny?
like you know what would be funny? There'd be like a Kong graveyard, and one of them says
Oh my God.
RK in reference to Redneck Kong.
Oh.
Kong.
And like on the grave it says they really took him out to the back. He was last seen at the back of the stage.
No, I do think it'd be cool to see like a Donkey Kong Mario game kind of spawn from this movie a little bit. Just like a little
Yeah.
one. Just a
There's,
little
like-
just a little thing.
There's not often a lot of crossover between like different Mario spin-offs.
No, there was just
Really?
Mario versus Donkey Kong, and everyone stopped caring about that series.
One
Yeah.
One was just with the toys.
I don't know what you would really do with that because it just seems like a lot of it's just a case of like different development teams.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, like it would be like a Yoshi game where Yoshi meets
Wario.
Wario. Yeah, I mean he that kind of like adult. What a Yoshi game that takes place in like the present. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Nintendo always seems like pretty okay with like Donkey Kong and Mario's worlds existing in the same universe. Like Donkey Kong stuff appears a lot of spin-offs. Like they're like very like restrictive. Like Wario, like his friends appearing like Mario stuff. Like Funky and Dixie and Diddy can always come to the party. So I think they could do some sort of thing where like Donkey Kong and Mario of like their respective kingdom universes team up.
Thank you
Yeah.
for putting lesbian Kong on the screen, by the way.
Oh, no problem.
Of course.
I think it'd be cool if going forward they just maybe like if they could like I don't know, some sort of Mario RPG where like the party was like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, like Donkey Kong was also in that party because like this movie like just having be kind of part of the group
Right.
maybe or something like that.
Yeah, I'd love to see more like Donkey
mean-
Kong and Mario interactions.
Oh, there was. I guess. Oh, I gotta bring up that scene in the end where they're like fighting Bowser all together. Like just seeing Donkey Kong, Peach, and like whoever else were like going up against Bowser. We're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my singing law. Do you
Oh my
think
God.
that was a reference to Mario Party 5? When you land on the Bowser space, sometimes Donkey Kong will come and go, no, no, no.
Are you gonna talk about our horrible Mario Party
Fuck
5
you,
experience?
Timmy.
I
Fuck
will,
you, Timmy. Go to hell.
I will at the end of the show. I'll talk about it after we're done talking about the movie. Anything else from like the movie you'd like to see carry over into the I think maybe like the kingdom design. I like this is one of my favorite depictions. Like I think the Mushroom Kingdom. I think that'd be cool
Yeah.
to see carry
Yeah.
over.
I like the idea of seeing like a town. I mean, it really is a sort of thing where it just kind of depends on the game. Like a lot of the platformers don't do that sort of thing unless it's like a part of a story or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I just really like, I don't know, just like, oh, there's people and they live in a town and they're characters. Whoa. Yeah, I like I don't know, they travel by pipes. They sort of, it's just how this world operates. I don't know. This movie like sort of treats the wacky Mario world is a place people live in,
Right.
which is, I think, an interesting idea.
And that's something people like in Odyssey. So I like, because people like how Odyssey kind of makes worlds until recently, when apparently that game is not Kino anymore. I can't keep up with the children. I don't know what they like.
I like the idea of like worlds just being like places people live in, but I think they didn't emphasize this as well as like New Donk City, because I think that's like one of the peaks of that. That's all I gotta say on that.
Thoughts on the Kong Island being a monarchy and driven by carts? Worked for the movie, but weird for the DK lore. I definitely feel like that
That's
was like
hilarious.
like we need to get Mario Kart in this movie somehow. Have the Kongs be like a Mad Max like biker society, and it works. It works. It works fine enough for like the movie. Like it's definitely like weird if like you think about like it's weird if you think about it in relation to like May and DK, but like for the sake of like a movie and like getting the movie plot along, like I think it worked fine.
I agree.
I think it's just funny that these like the reason why there's so many carts around and why they work the way they do. It's like, yeah, they're a chaotic bunch. I think it just makes it funnier.
The Kongs are kind of like displayed as like a bit of like spectacle society. Like Donkey Kong's their big warrior, and they go to like a stadium to like watch him like battle enemies and like cheer him on. I think it's not too outlandish. Like maybe they're all just building cars, so like
The heck of
It's
it.
like a status.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Here's one we kind of already answered, but it's maybe like as just like your pipe dream. Like don't even think of like a plot. Just like whoever you think would be cool to see. This is from Angler. What characters that aren't in the first movie do you think are shoo-in for the sequel?
A shoe-in?
I'll
Yoshi.
rephrase that. What is your pie in the sky like character? You would like
Pie
to
Guy rules in the sky.
No.
what would Pie Guy rules play in the sequel?
See, I would say King Boo, but I'd honestly want that to be like a Luigi's Mansion movie, not a Mario movie sequel. So if it's
Right.
Mario movie sequel, we're talking. Ooh. Let me Google every single Mario character real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, just go and look up Mario Kart 2 where all characters. It's like 80 of them.
You know,
Yoshi
I'll
Stork.
I'll say I would love to see Birdo.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think we're going to see Birdo. If we do, it'll be kind of. I feel like she's kind of one of those
Background.
like one-off joke characters. Like I don't know, like they like kind of call attention to her like briefly for a joke or something. Like, oh, she's weird looking because she's got like a big hole in her face. But,
Or have a poster with her, and she's
Yeah.
doing her like an Origami King.
yeah,
I like her as,
that'd
like, a
be
performer.
funny.
Pretty cute.
Yeah, I would love to see Birdo though, but I don't think she would get a lot of focus, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, we've kind of talked about a lot of like Toadette, Daisy.
Yeah.
Monty Mole, was Monty Mole present in this movie?
He was not, no.
No.
Put him in the sequel. What the fuck are we even waiting for? Put Monty Mole in the movie now. Thank you.
Oh wait, what was his face? Was Thwomp in the movie? Because my Thwomp was
Thwomp?
going off.
Oh no, Thwomp was not in the movie.
Gotta
Really?
be in there. Gotta confuse me.
Was Thwomp in a McDonald's ad?
Was he? I don't remember seeing a Thwomp in the movie though.
I don't know what I'm remembering where there was a Thwomp.
I'll check the Mario wiki real quick.
They need to go to the Stone Kingdom, where all the Thwomps and the Womps live.
I think Daisy's like the obvious easy one to, like be in a movie. Like there would be no problem getting her. She feels like something that like will happen at some point. Like not like a pie in the sky one. I think a pie in the sky, like not a main role, but I think it'd be funny. If like the Mario Golf human characters were like in Brooklyn at some point, like
Maple.
like Maple and Plum were just like in Brooklyn. Like it's like little cameos.
I have a crazy thought here.
Yeah.
So since the next movie I feel like is gonna have like emphasis on Yoshi, and like dinosaur characters, Plessy. I think Plessy could be in the second movie.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like at one point they have to travel across water or something, and they're like, "Don't worry, here comes Plessy."
That almost feels like it just will happen.
Yeah, no, like that. I feel like Plessy has some
That's
strong
incredibly
chance.
intelligent.
Yes,
And then they'll
that's
sell
gonna be
Plessy
my
bath toys.
I'm the first one who ever said it. Nobody can ever claim that. I'm gonna stake my claim right now.
Alright.
Plus, he's gonna
I'm
make
excited.
a second movie. So I'm gonna just hold on to this moment in your mind.
I think.
I want to give my.
Go
I was
on.
gonna give my two suggestions, but like, more than likely till that, Pie in the Sky, of course, Pom Pom.
I think in the sequel, we should get a look at Link from Legend of Zelda in the credits to get ready for the Super Smash Bros. Universe. They will be making.
No.
I wasn't even thinking of that, but a Smash Brothers movie that sure would be crazy.
You imagine.
Plessy voiced by Kate McCutcheon.
Hey guys, how about that?
Ow, guys.
Could you imagine Metroid Samus appearing in the sequel so the Mario characters need her help?
No way, you just said that.
I did.
No, that's one of the craziest predictions I've heard.
And of course, Samus can maybe even mention Kirby when she's up in space. Maybe.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't thinking that, but
Shut up.
that actually what?
Stop it.
Which would
Stop
lead into the Kirby.
This is all they do. Like when we're just hanging out normally, they just Ryan and C just do that back and forth. Like it's the same thing every time.
But you don't like it?
I do like it more than the oh my god, guys, I literally ran home from the movie theater.
I just did the penis walker all the way home.
Oh my god, you guys. I just finished my 47th watch of the Mario movie with my girlfriend and her boyfriend, and I did the Donkey Kong walk out of the theater. Can I just say though,
there's literally sweat dripping down my balls.
Ah!
I'm going to get us
one.
back on topic. Can I just say, I think the Smash cinematic universe is such a bad idea. Cause the thing about Marvel or DC is they were always made to be in the same universe from the start, right? But every Nintendo series was never besides the stuff Mario universe stuff was never made to interact with each other, or be the same tone. So, for Zelda, for example, I don't think Illumination could make a good Zelda movie. I'm just being honest here, and I think would it be worth making this shared quote unquote universe to just to get a worse movie Metroid? Metroid feels something that needs to be a PG-13 at least live action movie. Would it be worth making Illumination make that? A lot of these universes don't even work together logistically.
No, it's such a I recognize these franchises and I like playing video games kind of opinion where it's not. There's really no. There's nothing about that really works at all.
Let me break this down for a second. Mario is from Brooklyn, which is a place you can still go to on planet Earth. Planet Earth is in an apocalyptic state and destroyed in Splatoon, and then it is also destroyed in Apocalyptic and Pikmin, but differently.
Yes, and Apocalyptic and Kirby, but differently.
Right,
and,
these worlds aren't meant to
and in the
collide.
future in Metroid.
And Star Fox, no one's a hell of short.
Yeah, so, and the thing with Smash Bros. 2 is, it's not driven at all by the narrative.
No.
There's one Smash Bros. Game that kind of has a story, and that's really it. You're playing it to have the characters interact with each other in a gameplay sense, and I don't think there's anything exciting about that idea for a movie. But for all the reasons you just said, they're made to be different genres, different universes. Nintendo wants to make more movies. They're probably going to go to different studios, I imagine.
It's in my mind, the Mario movies aimed at kids largely. They'd be a kids franchise. Zelda would be teens and adults, and then Metroid is squarely aimed adults when you make a movie for that. I don't think they would pair well together as theatrical experiences. Now I think you could do a Mario expanded universe just contained to Mario. You could the Mario movie and the Donkey Kong movie and Luigi's Mansion. You could do that, but I don't think it should drag in other Nintendo franchises.
But you know what I would like to see that just occurred to me. I think it would be cute if they made like shorts of other Nintendo franchises to play before,
Okay.
like the Mario movies. Say,
I think
I think
Pikmin is
that'd be pretty
perfect.
cool.
Pikmin is perfect for that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pit literally can't exist in this universe. He's the video game.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Now,
gosh.
now what about the prospect of a Star Fox movie?
I said this.
DreamWorks.
I said this. I'm standing by my point. People would say a Star Fox movie would flop because it's not a big IP. I disagree. I disagree for one reason, and there's only one reason for this. Because otherwise, I would agree.
Guys.
No. I don't think like. I don't think under certain circumstances it would work. But you've got DreamWorks on it. Is Nintendo's partner with Universal? They're partner with Universal, and that's DreamWorks.
Yeah.
You got their fucking furry technology they've been using lately, and like Bad Guys and Puss in Boots. You're gonna sell 1 zillion furry tickets. The guy who has to clean the theater is gonna walk in after like the wolf scene and be like, "Oh no."
Oh my god! What the freak? What? Oh my god!
I think Star Fox is like maybe not a great example for like an IP that like wouldn't like sell. Because I feel like Star Fox is like an appealing idea. They just don't ever market or making it right. Like if you got someone who knew what they were doing to make a Star Fox movie, it would probably do well.
That's true.
Like
It is
me.
something.
I could
is-
do a good Star Fox movie, advertise it. One thing I have to do, unfortunately, I'm sorry for all the gay Wolf fan, but I'm gonna turn Wolf O'Donnell into a lesbian woman. So I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. You got like a bunch of other guys, so
This
When
movie
we
needs
have
to
this one-
Rosa. It needs the
Yeah.
gay furries.
People are
You're
scared
ruining
of
our
butch
you're ruining our
lesbians.
projected values here.
okay.
No, it's
okay.
fine.
we need angsty Wolf X Fox Yowie.
Okay.
No, I got it. Wolf,
Did-
Fox and Falco can be like the yaoi in that movie, and then Wolf can be the butch lesbian appeal.
I think that is a good point, though. That Star Fox does feel like something that could be made just for a movie.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an animal space adventure movie. It's there.
You wouldn't even have to know it's a video game.
Yeah, and you can kind of just make up whatever. I mean, there's only been like 3 Star Fox stories, right?
Yeah, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's not like a Punch Out movie that would sell 3 tickets. It's like a very appealing, it is a very appealing idea that just has not been executed well like in 20 years.
Yeah.
I guess it's a brief question. As we kind of wrap up here, let me get near the end. We've been going for long, but like I think it's an interesting topic. What like Nintendo series, and it doesn't have to be a movie, it can be like game, not a game, because they're already a game. Like it could be like a movie or a show. What like series would you want to be like adapted like next? I think Nintendo will probably start doing that more now. Like I'd be shocked if they didn't push forward with like more adaptations of their stuff.
Mhm.
I want to see WarioWare
Into what?
into like a TV show.
I could see it as kind of like a almost Pop Team Epic style
Yeah.
show. I don't know if it
Yeah.
could make like a real cartoon with it, but no, that's a wrong way of wording it. You know what I mean?
You could
Like
put
it's
that.
a traditional cartoon.
You could put that shit on Netflix and order 40 episodes and split them into 15 episode new season pickups.
Exactly.
I feel like Kirby is kind of due for like a TV show. Like I feel like that would just work.
Yeah.
Well, I like that's like the format I can imagine Kirby getting adapted to the best.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
be shocked if in the next 5 years HAL doesn't go for an anime, because I think they're also really looking forward to like push the Kirby like brand quote unquote forward.
Yeah.
I get that sense.
I've been reading a lot of the novels lately, and I feel like that's like they do a pretty good like sort of it takes a lot of the characters and it sort of because there are a lot of characters in Kirby. I think it treats them very it feels very authentic to the games, and you can kind of like build a little world, and the characters all have sort of dynamics that are already somewhat established. So I think
Hmm.
I think it'd work really well for like an episodic, like sort of adventure kind of TV
And
series.
It could be built on for sure.
like
Yeah.
the original Kirby anime is still like super popular over there, to my knowledge. Like I think when they announced like that Blu-ray, that was like a huge deal. I remember that had like a lot of like likes and retweets, like in like the 40, 50K range. Like that was like a big deal over there, I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
I think
Yeah.
I think Kirby I think could definitely get like an anime or something within the next 5 years. I think that just makes sense for like that series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody suggested a Gendy Metroid series. I think that'd be good because I think Gendy's good at, like silent stuff, like not lacking in dialogue, visual storytelling stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good for him.
I hope he doesn't give Samus a boyfriend.
I think Gendy should never do romance ever again. That's
Haku.
it's the one his one flaw ever was writing
God,
romance into
I
Samurai Jack. That sucks.
Cannot get into that right now. I'm gonna go
Oh.
for hours.
Oh.
Want to Seth?
Listen, if it were
Rogen-
up to me, I'd be like, all right, so Samus get like a one-off relationship with a woman.
Oh,
I
that's sad.
I think this is the thing, like I'm like clenching at my feet for like Kirby, like which is something I think I would actually really want. I think in the next 5 years, Nintendo will greenlight a Splatoon or Animal Crossing anime.
I think so.
Okay.
I
I think-
think they do some at least something with Splatoon. Splatoon definitely could use an anime.
I think those are both like series. Like the demographic is like people who would definitely watch something like that. Like Splatoon fans would definitely watch like an anime that isn't like a gag manga for 4-year-old boys. Which is all they
Like-
have right now.
Like, all I gotta say is, if they give Ninjala anime, they could get
Yeah,
Splatoon an anime.
I mean, Jala can get an anime, anything can.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Is that gonna be like Poppy Playtime the movie? For that? We're not gonna see that. Did that? It didn't release, did it?
I think it did.
Did it?
Yeah. I don't think if they do a
Okay.
Splatoon anime, I don't think it will be based on the manga. I think they'll like if they make a Splatoon anime, first of all, it's not gonna star a boy Inkling. I think that's the big thing. That's
Wow.
the Splatoon manga stars a boy Inkling because it's for 4-year-old boys, and I think like if they made a Splatoon like anime, it'd be more general audience and the girl
You
Inkling's
hate
way.
Inkling boy.
Yeah,
You
Inkling
hate
boy
blue
with an eye.
Inkling boy.
I was gonna say, I think I wouldn't be surprised like Fire Emblem or Xenoblade got an anime. I think that will just happen at some point if Nintendo's doing like these IP extension stuff like that. That's just gonna happen at some point. I feel like Zelda will get a movie or Netflix like series eventually. That also just feels like once they're like spreading out, like Zelda's gonna get something for sure.
Did they almost do that?
They almost did, yeah. It was
Yeah.
close to happening at least once.
They could try again. Go on.
In terms
Yeah.
of what I really want now, I think now I want a Seth Rogen Donkey Kong movie, and this is the big thing about it, they need to cast Donkey Kong. They need to cast K. Rool properly. That whole movie will be banking on who they cast as K. Rool.
Oh, what they got like Danny DeVito to play King K. Rool?
Oh,
Yeah, dude. That would be so crazy, dude. Imagine the memes, dude.
You get Steve?
yes, like Donkey Kong would be really cool.
Someone was asking this earlier. Do you think Donkey Kong? I mean, I already know the answer. Like between a Donkey Kong movie and Luigi's Mansion, like which is more likely? I think Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong will be first.
Yeah, I mean, just not even like the Donkey Kong Country like world, but just like the name Donkey Kong.
Right.
That's something like people. That's something Grandma knows. You know.
And especially post this movie because he has such a big role in this like movie that's gonna make $1 billion
Yeah.
in the theater. Like he'll be like a
And
bigger...
yeah, and they're gonna build the Super Nintendo World extension.
Oh yeah, I
Donkey
think
Kong Land.
I think Donkey Kong even being in this movie is a calculated choice by Nintendo because I get overwhelming the sense they want to like relaunch the DK brand. I wouldn't be surprised
Right.
like him being in this movie and like becoming a household name again was part of it because he already was. Like I think they really wanted like get people to reconnect with DK instead of just like being a name they know, which this movie probably succeeded in. There'll be the theme park, and we'll go to the theme park, and we'll get that game finally. I'm still waiting on that game, still waiting on the new Donkey Kong game. Really want a new Donkey Kong game. Hey, what's the new Donkey Kong game?
Donkey Kong's definitely got to get a boost of poop popularity after
Poop
this movie.
popularity.
Yeah, poop popularity after this movie, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
People are gonna be wifing him now.
I saw Luigi and Donkey Kong ship art of my timeline the other day. The
That's
revolution
like-
has started.
Oh yeah, that's like that's like very groundbreaking. Like I never thought that could be a thing, but like, oh,
People are getting
Yeah.
so talented and brave and creative.
yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I think we should start maybe wrapping up a bit here. I think the end
Oh, yeah.
off.
Show everyone what I posted in the chat.
Okay. I think to end off here, there's a bit of delay, so it'll take a few seconds. I think we could take a few like last minute like kind of questions from the chat about the movie. If there's any like thing we didn't cover, people want to hear just real quick. So if you know, make your piece now. There's something we didn't talk about, and you want us to hear. But I think we covered a lot of it though for a good while.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like scroll up and see what people thought.
Love when we're running out of places to put things. Put it right here.
Talk more about Koopa General. Okay.
Talk more about Koopa General.
Oh, that's a good question. Like, what do you think of the Starman scene? I was kind of, I was a little bit floored by that. I'm not gonna lie. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, is that like? That's some of like coolest Mario Brothers has ever looked, right?
They
I
were
think
kind of
so.
raw.
They kind of went raw there.
It was kind of like how in the second Sonic movie when Sonic went all yellow or whatever.
Oh,
and
man.
he was running around.
Let's get the
I don't know what it's
14-year-olds.
called. I forgot what's it called when he does that.
Let's get
Oh my God.
let's get the 14-year-olds to fight right now. Who's gonna win, Superstar Mario or Super Sonic?
Oh,
That's like the perfect Twitter post I'm seeing
I'm
that
gonna
in my mind right now.
Can make a Tommy tweet about it right now. And
Oh
I'll, and I'll
no!
play that Superstar Mario is stronger specifically.
God.
Okay. What are you gonna like hack Tommy's account or something?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, they did so long. Didn't they grab him by the tail at one point?
Yeah, they did. They
They
threw him up
did.
in the air and then they like, I think they jumped up and they like kicked him down. That was like
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
They were doing it
really, they
together,
kicked his
too.
ass.
That was a genuine bros attack.
yeah, that was so great. I love how like one of the posters trailer just like the reference to like the render they kept using like every 5 hours. You know the one I mean, right? From the like the Wii era.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yellow Sonic.
Yellow. Well, I'm trying to get a good picture of Star Mario from the movie. There's not a ton. Nobody's screenshotting stuff.
Nintendo's requesting using cam rip images of both characters.
That's really
No.
good.
I mean, you don't have to do that live.
Yeah, I'll do that after the show,
Exactly.
so I won't extend
No,
the
Tommy
show.
will
about
do
it.
that.
Tommy will do that.
We'll
Tommy will do
DM
that.
Tommy about that. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I love the Superstar. I like the music. That was kind of awesome. Like I was like, I knew that was coming. You know, that was one of those moments where you just like, you're seeing the pieces come together and it just happens. Yeah.
All right, I want to ask you all one more thing before we end the show. One final thing.
Yes.
Do you think the next movie will have a Mario RPG series reference? You think it will be a Paper Mario reference or a Mario and Luigi reference or a Mario RPG reference? People will point at the screen and get so excited when that happens.
Listen, someone already got excited thinking it was a Paper Mario reference when Mario was getting ready to fight Donkey Kong.
Why? Oh,
He did the
like
pose.
the pose he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they live in a house. That's the Paper Mario reference, right? Where else have they lived in a house? You know,
Mario.
outside of the RPGs.
No, Mario Dance Dance Revolution mix.
Is that true?
Yeah, they live in a house in that one.
Okay.
Mickey
Generic
Mouse
Toad
Paper
reference?
Mario.
Oh my gosh.
Technically,
Generic Toad
maybe
reference.
Peach is an RPG reference. That's true.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god.
I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for like the Yoshi's Island DS references.
I hope that
That's what I'm here
all
for.
the weird mismatched art style sprites appear in that movie.
On Yoshi's Island, we'll see the modern Koopa Troopas next to just like whatever kangaroo. We'll see the Yoshi's Island DS kangaroo. Yes.
Yes. All right. Any final thoughts? I can't
Okay, so I hear
stand
that
you
to say I'm
people.
gonna make a precure shipping poll, and everyone can play for turns to say, and I know have no problem with like the choices. But you pick any other ship in mind, I will close the thread and take a mental break.
How will they know which one is yours?
Yeah.
Well, no, we had to
There you go.
extend the show by 5 minutes to reach exactly 3 hours. Anyone got anything to extend the
Okay.
show for 5 more minutes?
They need this. Yeah, I like this comment in chat. We need the 7 Star Children lore. I
Oh
think
my
there actually is
God.
going to be like someone in the audience that will be angry if they don't incorporate that.
I think the idea of like you see the silhouette of someone in the theater standing up like, well, this movie ripped me off because there was a 7-star lore and they just walked out. Oh, I think the sequel should have Yoshi should say his first word. and Mario,
It'd be like pancakes.
no. Mario's gonna be like, hold on, everyone. Yoshi's gonna say his first word. Sequel.
That joke will soar with the fact that it's already in a sequel. That'll
Third movie. I don't know.
You think Rickle-Con is gonna show up and be like, "Hey, everybody!" It's like, "Oh,
She's
hi."
dead, Rosa.
Can you
I
imagine?
think I think she will already have been dead if they reference her.
Exactly.
I hope
But she'll
Wrinkly
show
Kong.
up as a ghost.
I hope the death of Wrinkly Kong it's like a vital part of Donkey Kong's arc in the like Donkey Kong movie. Like, he visits his mom's grave. Like, hey mom, I'm going to get out there today.
No.
And then Eric Bowser did. He's like, hey big buddy, what are you doing?
Man, what's up?
Yeah.
And Kate Micucci Dixie Kong's like, yeah, what's going on?
There should be an arc where Cranky Kong learns to love again.
It's been a long time since my dear wife died. I just haven't been the same.
I forgot to say, I said this to you last night, Ryan. I think Cranky Kong should have had a fart joke in this movie. I think he should have
I don't think Cranky
no.
Kong will be in the second movie because his
I-
performance sucks so much. They won't bring
To
him back.
answer Nintendo's question, would Rosie Woodchuck be a threat to Uncle Chuck X Professor Pickles? No. Uncle Chuck has 2 hands.
Hey, Steve, can you please say the part joke you wanted him to do?
I think he'd go like, like,
Oh, must have had too many banana burritos. Whoa.
Niall saying what's better. What's crazy about Seep's impression is that it's genuinely better than what we got.
Oh.
Alright, throw down. Cranky Kong banana burrito fart scene versus Shadow's fart scene in Sonic 3.
I don't. Have you
think
ever
Shadow-
talked about Shadow's fart scene on Startcast?
No, I am a big proponent that the guys making Sonic 3 could do the funniest things in the world and give Shadow a fart scene in the 3rd movie and cause 3 years of Sonic Twitter discourse on that alone.
I think there will be warring factions on that. I think people will be very against it because it's like, it's tarnishing the Shadow character. But I think there will be some people. If Shadow does like a post-redemption like fart joke where he's eating chili dogs with Sonic and Tails, I think people will say like, oh, Sega's finally listening. The Shadow mandates have been lifted. He can finally have fun again. I think that's what the 2 sides of the discourse will be. Because it will be a black and white. There will only be 2 positions to have on this. So yeah.
I can picture these
I
Twitter
approve that.
posts. I can picture these Twitter posts in my mind perfectly.
You guys, what you don't understand about the Shadow fart scene. I get literally no nuance in all these discussions. The Shadow fart scene, it's so more than any of you realize. We've been begging for years. This is a huge step up from the IDW portrayal of Shadow. This is going to change the franchise as we know it for the better. This is 5 minutes too many. Yeah, when are 5 minutes up? We're getting people in the Starcast server.
30 more seconds. What do you mean people in the server are telling us to stop?
Be Kirby right
no,
here.
it can't be true.
Stop this part.
Podcast has fallen off.
Shadow and Rouge will have like a fart off.
Listen,
so that they're
our
friends.
podcast is just like this. It never fallen off. We're always like this.
Oh, we got the $2. $2 to stop the stream. I think that's what that officially means. Well, thanks for showing up, everybody.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Season 3.5. You know, now that we're in space, I think we've had a lot of fun being in outer space. You know.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
I guess.
I think I'm ready to touch some grass though soon.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I mean,
you need to touch some grass, Seep.
no, I mean, there's a huge universe out here. You know,
There's
It's-
so
it's
many
full of-
galaxies.
There's so many galaxies to see. You know,
Like,
What did
which
she
one?
fucking mean by that?
Who won again?
Why did
What?
she just want to say, yeah, I might be from Brooklyn? That could be possible.
because she needed a line to say in the trailer that would be in every trailer, so people would think of Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. No, if you're like, there would be a big galaxy out there. Not universe. What? That's like Fan Made Smash Bros. Name or like Fan Made Mario Galaxy sequel. They should have said Galaxy. I hope someone gets SE.
She
In
said
the French
galaxies. She
public.
said She said that.
Hey,
She said
There's
full
a
of
whole lot of
new
galaxies.
egg galaxies.
No, I'm gonna wrap up the show. I'm gonna force this too. I could be king. And
Hey,
you,
what happened to? Can we tell them how much I hate
you can be
Timmy?
queen. Oh wait, okay, wait, no, I need to talk. Wait, okay. Sorry, I hate to exit the show.
What?
I need to talk about. I promise I would talk about this real quick. Okay.
You were
this
just about to click stop streaming.
No,
What's
it's not.
that? What is this?
Sorry, I
You're
promise.
gonna do 20-minute bit coming?
This will be like 3 minutes. I promise. Okay.
Okay.
Me, Rosa, and Lou playing Mario Party 5 when we were visiting after we saw the movie. And I invented a new character. There's a new character in the Tommy lore, but there isn't because we killed him off. This character is Timmy. He's the Tommy of the GameCube era. He thinks all the GameCube games are so clean and awesome. And he was Koopa Kid when we played. And when we played Mario Party 5, I was in third place with like 1 star and like 23 coins, and Timmy decided to steal coins from me, even though Lou was like in first and had way more coins than me. And then when we were playing mini games on a team, Timmy would like just like be jack shit awful at them and leave me to die. And then he would, when he's like on someone else's team, he'd be like hyper competent. And I hate Timmy, so I killed him off. So there won't be a Timmy character in the Tommy lore anymore.
At the end of the last 5 turns of the game, the event happened where every single space on the board like turned into a capsule space, and within the last 5 turns of the game, I landed on the one that takes you directly to the star 3 times, and ended the game with 7 stars to everybody else's 2.
Yeah. Like I didn't get a single one. I was winning, and then Timmy fucked it all up.
I fucking hate Timmy. Okay, here we go. I could be king.
Why is this what you're
you?
ending with?
You can be queen. We can be
doing?
heroes just for one day. Johnny Good